Time to warm up the dice. Prepare the snacks. Will there be safe passage or brutal attacks? The players come from everywhere on Lantern Noir. Elves, dwarves, giants, and dragons is what you are. So pull up a chair. Get ready for the next campaign. It'll be a hell of a lot more fun than sitting in the rain. For the next 5 hours, time is gonna move a lot faster. Thanks to your imagination and your fabulous dungeon master. Lantern Noir presents.
Great.
All right.
There's a lot to love there.
And we're up. Welcome to Sunday Night Dungeons & Dragons, The Mists of Ever Twilight, Book 3. We are in Episode 5, and I am joined by some of the most amazing gamers that have helped, not only been part of my D&D experience, but have helped me relearn how to play D&D, and have been part of my learning process at streaming D&D, which has just been a crazy... I look back at where we were 6 months ago when we started, and it's like just... I feel so much better about how the game is going. So... I am your host, Lantern Noir, aka Rob. We are playing a homebrew version of Ravenloft, more or less. And I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters. We'll do our round robin, starting with Miss Knebula.
Hello. I am Knebula, and I am playing Samara, the elven wizard. And I like to throw a lot of firebolts, and I have a flaming sphere that I bring out on occasion named Bob, which is a lot of fun.
I'm Adam. I play Dagon Bjorn, the human fighter brawler. I really like to drink beer and smash people's heads.
Hey everyone, I'm Rob. I'm playing Asteki, Sir Asteki, the human paladin, and I like not attacking undead and just letting them get away, apparently.
I'm Jeremy, playing Frederick the Dwarven Ranger, who feels like it's his obligation to make sure he kills the undead for some reason.
Well, it could be because they're undead and they're, supposed to be killed again.
They are my favorite enemies, so it's my favorite thing to do, apparently.
There you go. See, that's the way it works. And welcome, Irintir and Molly and anybody else who's just lurking tonight. We're glad to have everybody chilling out with us. The Book of Fates is open again. You have 200 pages in it. So that's 2 rerolls in the bank, plus whatever anybody does on the spot with their channel points. The good news is they can still help you out. They just need to do it live. So we can always delay and see if anything interesting happens if y'all get stuck. Are there questions that are out? So here's the recap of the last 4 sessions. You've arrived in the town of Storm's End. You were tricked into a gang fight. You've upset the gang called the Banshees. You've taken some level of revenge on the gang called the Gang of 10. You sought refuge at a house operated by the gang known as Sophie's Girls, which Dagon had a hard time leaving, if memory serves. From there, you inquired with the harbor master, established that he is the closest thing to a functioning head of government, explored a rumors of zombie attacks, found zombies, found a young necromancer, didn't kill her. She's under house arrest after she tried to get you killed. You've encountered
Couple times.
You've encountered a secondary head of the undergovernment named Finnegan. You then decided to explore the abandoned castle that no one bothers to explore because it's just abandoned. Nothing interesting happens there, and found interesting things. specifically members of the White Fang Gang, and a door that was completely sealed. And as any good adventurer, you went, oh, a sealed door? That's not going to slow us down. Let's break the seal and see what happens. Wherein you discovered a young vampire who has been hiding behind the sealed door for some time, believing that at some point she will be returned to her human state. When things got scary, she turned to mist, disappeared out of the room, leaving you where you are. Questions, comments, observations, or corrections?
Seems right to me.
Sounds right to me.
Is his audio a little weird for anyone else?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
cutting a little in and out for me.
A little choppy.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what it sounds like on the stream. I just
Okay, in that case, I'm going to push a couple of buttons, and I'm going to turn this back off again.
Good call. I thought it was just me.
Okay.
that's why I wanted to double check because everyone else sounded fine.
Oh, interesting. That is not have that turned on. Okay, at someone's recommendation, I was trying to run the NVIDIA. The stream is fine. Yeah, you know what it is? I've been running the NVIDIA RTX noise canceling, and I realized that my stream version was still straight up microphone, and Zoom was using the noise cancellation. And I think the noise cancellation was causing the static.
Yeah, that
'Cause
could be it.
I noticed it in my headset too, when I was running the speakers. So actually, I have to play with the settings some more because it's actually the opposite. It's not working yet. I'll play around with it some more though.
It takes a lot of power, and if you don't have the new graphics card, it makes things chug.
Yeah, that might be it. My card might be too old for it, but I'll play with it some more, or I'll update my card. You
Good
know,
luck.
I need to keep my balance sheets at 0. I don't want to pay taxes this year. That's my goal. So either that or I can make a little bit of profit, and then next year I could start declaring losses and write them off for 2 years in a row. But taxation is not an issue because, for example, in the town you're in, there are no taxes collected because there's no functioning government. So there's no one to pay.
Just bribes.
Yeah, it's all protection money.
It's all protection money.
And actually there are taxes, which you have not had a chance to encounter yet. So
I mean, I guess I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Might just be
Did we
another
miss
one
our
to add to
deadline?
another one to add to the pile.
let's see,
Another one
murder,
bites the dust.
breaking and entering, extortion, tax
Wait, I just
evasion.
figured it out. The
Tax
vampires
evasion.
are the tax people. They're like the IRS of sucking you dry.
Oh
in
man.
Ravenloft.
At this time of year, having the vampires be tax collectors is a little bit too on the nose. You know,
That'd be funny, though.
that's a little too. So people get anxious. True. Speaking
We
of,
unfortunately always have a hand on the blade. It's unfortunately just our group.
yeah. Well, you know, it's the nature of the game. So, what is your current direction and plan then?
I think we were going to go to hang out at Sophie's girl's house
Okay.
to have a message sent to Finnegan to see if we could parlay, figure something out that way, if I remember correctly.
Have a little sit down.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was right. Hang out at Sophie's, you know, recover, relax, whatever, and then figure out how to communicate with Finnegan.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
Yep, let's hunt a
completely-
vampire.
And let's hunt a vampire, I guess.
Okay, so which one is it then?
Well, I thought that's how we're going to get to the vampires, through Finnegan.
We weren't sure about that.
We were
We
just
were
trying to
about
find
the
out
fangs through
information
Finnegan.
from Finnegan.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they were going to we will probably be KOS to them. So
Okay. That is completely doable. So you retreat to one of the Sophie House chapters, and it's not hard for them. You know, they're connected. They can easily get a word to Finnegan that you are looking for a sit down. That is totally doable. It's a short time later that you get word back that he's willing to meet you at that establishment.
Like I needed a reason to stay.
They set aside a private room for you to use for the meeting. Take care of some food, some light beverages. And about an hour later, you're approached in the bar area to say that the room is ready. And when you go in, he's already there at the head of the table waiting for you. He must have slipped in a side door because you don't recall him passing you in the bar, but he is there as though he owns the place.
He would.
And pop that up on the stream. Since everybody has to have a graphic, I took the liberty of playing in Hero Forge the last week and giving everybody graphics.
I like it.
Yeah, top hat and all.
The mustache is great. Fantastic.
And of
It
course,
doesn't look as much like Mr. T as I thought.
no, not quite. But
It's a more sophisticated, you know.
Hey, Mr. T
Looking
is
version.
very, very sophisticated.
oh yeah, he grins as you come in and takes a cigar out of his mouth. Sit down. I heard you wanted to talk.
You sit down and are there? What kind of beverages were put on the table?
There's a pitcher of ale, a bottle of wine, and a couple of plates of cheese, and a couple loaves of bread. Nothing serious.
Right. I'll pour a couple glasses of beer, mugs of beer for everyone. I know someone else is probably supposed to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Before you start drinking, you want to make sure everyone's set up.
Yep.
Okay. He's
Dagan will light up a stogie too. He'll be like, "Eh."
Man of good taste.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. I heard it too.
that was, I think, a microwave on Dagon's end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, it sounded just like our oven. Like what?
You've all left your ovens on.
Is there a
Oh
fire?
no!
The only fireball should be in game. Let's double check for that.
Yes. No, I turned the oven off. I remember that, but it sounded exactly like how the sound our oven makes when it's like preheated. It's like.
Less high pitched noises. We have a hard time telling what direction they're coming from.
Nature of human ears. Yes. So you, what is it you wanted to talk to old Finnegan about? You seem to be having quite the run of place. Word is that you've managed to get 3 gangs already out looking to kill you. I should let you know I'm not in the business of fixing those things. That's between you and the 3 gangs.
Oh yeah, no, that's.
No, we
I
weren't
mean,
asking for anything like that.
Yeah, no, we did. That's not why we're here. We're actually wondering if you might have some information regarding a certain female vampire that we've encountered. I don't know if you want to call her that, but she definitely has some suspicious abilities.
Vampire, you say? Where in all of Storm's End would a vampire be hiding?
Well, the one we found was in the castle that there's nothing in.
Oh, that old place? Oh, come on. That's the stuff we tell children so they don't go play up there. I mean,
Well, we went and played up there and found some fangs and found a vampire.
you're sailing me up the river. Ain't no way that's true.
No, it's true. We encountered the White Fangs, who seemed to be protecting a girl. I don't know if it was protecting or keeping her, from people. Either
Securing,
way.
Containing,
Containing, yeah, I don't know.
protecting, one of these 3 things.
But she was there.
So you're telling me you found a vampire up there, and then you want me to tell you what?
For one, what did it take to become a gang? That was the other thing we were talking about. I remember this now.
Oh yeah.
So we can have some kind of say and have some kind of rights. Because we're tired of people picking on us. Because clearly, oh, 3 gangs out to kill us, but we have nothing to say about it unless we're our own gang. So what does that take?
Well, I mean, a gang is a gang. It's people.
I count some people here, so like, what does it take for us? We gotta have a little insignia like these other guys, or what is it?
Well, what territory do you control?
So we got to take some space. Is that it?
Well, I mean, let's say for the sake of argument, y'all are a gang. So what?
Does that mean like we on behalf of what gang, right? So we've been asked a couple times.
Well,
What gang knows you're here? So like so all we need to do is say we're a gang, and then we're basically a gang.
sure.
It just doesn't matter unless we like take some space.
Well, see, therein lies the challenge. Because, okay, you're a gang. Who cares? I mean, you don't control any rackets. You don't control any buildings. You don't control any space. No one's paying you protection. There ain't a tradesperson that's going to pay out of their pocket to hire anyone from your group to keep their business safe or escort their taxes up to Hightown. The Black Pauldron's not going to care one way or another who they beat down when they have to. Whether you say you're a gang or not, you cross them, you're going to the blade. So, call yourselves a gang. But no one's going to care unless they got a reason to care. Which then begs the question, why do I care if you're a gang or not?
Oh, we don't care if you care. We're just wondering if that matters.
What? I mean, in the royal sense.
Oh, the royal eye.
The royal eye.
Well, no. Maybe we were just, that was something that crossed our minds. It was something that had been asked us multiple times, and we were just like, we don't know anything about how the city functions or works. And it sounded like you were the guy who knew.
Oh, I appreciate that. Flattery will get you everywhere. But as far as like that goes, I mean, if you want to be taken seriously, like, you know, get money to cover room and board, make sure you're paying rent, make sure you're, you know, being respected. You got to do something to make people respect you. You know, take out another gang, take over their territory, clear out their leadership. Maybe poach some of their members. Get them to turn tail, put your colors on.
Could we technically take over the castle then?
Well,
Took out all the members of the Fang that were there.
We kind of did by accident.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the castle. Nobody, I mean, aside from stories about a vampire living there, which I got to tell you, not entirely sure I believe you.
Really?
Insight
I mean, I
check
thought
this
you were the
guy,
guy who
see if he's
knew all
bullshitting
this
us.
stuff.
Well, you're talking about a vampire in the abandoned castle. Now, let me put it to you this way. You take any walk through any set of washing wives and husbands. You listen to them do their washing, and you listen to them talk to their kids. I swear you will not walk 5 feet before you hear 2 of them tell their youngest not to go up to the castle because there's a vampire living there. You go 2 more feet, it's a werewolf that lives there. 3 more feet, it's a whole gaggle of ghosts. I once heard someone talk about an entire ghostly choir that would drive children mad with their songs from beyond the grave. It was quite a colorful tale, I have to tell you. Actually, unfortunately, I think it sent the kid up there.
I would want to hear that too. I'll be honest with you.
Fell from
I kind of wish that is what we found, to be honest with you.
he fell from some rotted wood up in one of the towers. They found him a week later. Very unfortunate.
That's no good.
Very tragic.
Did we bring any of those letters that we found with us? I mean, I don't remember if they
I
said
figured we just grabbed a
anything.
whole lot. None of them would prove anything other than someone was there.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Well, we did want to run by this guy because she was like talking back and forth with somebody, right? And we wanted to try to figure out who it was.
Oh yeah, I guess
That'd
these
be
were the
great.
letters we found with the vampire.
Because it was signed with an F at the bottom, right?
The one with
Ooh.
promising the cure was signed with that.
Right.
Cure for vampirism.
May I see that?
I give.
Yeah. You know, I see a lot of correspondence in my work. I can
Really?
I can show this to a couple of my boys. and we can take an afternoon and make a project of matching this with somebody. You mind if I hang on to this and get back to you?
What do you want in return?
Oh, I'm just curious what's up with this vampire you say you found.
But why the sudden interest in the letters when you don't really believe that there's a vampire, but these letters are interesting to you?
Because if you're right, and there's a vampire in this town, then I would like to know. So I'd like to know who it is that this letter came from. Plus, I like you. You're shaking the status quo a bit, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure the status is entirely quo. So I can handle doing you a little solid here.
Well, probably because we'll follow up on it, huh?
Kinda. And I have a good feeling about you all, and I like the idea of backing an up-and-coming group. I mean, you look like the sort that are, well, this one, he points at Asteki, looks like the kind of sort that doesn't like to keep anything red in his ledger. And I have a feeling that once you have established yourselves, I'll be able to call on you. Do I read you right, Sir Knight?
Works for me. Sounds like we're on the same page.
I mean, there are those parts of one's back that are just so hard to scratch.
I mean, his flail there, it's great at scratching backs. I'll tell you what. I've seen it scratch a couple backs.
And I'm feeling pretty itchy.
So what else are you thinking now? I'm just curious. You thinking you're gonna go make a name, or are you gonna do a little more digging? Because there's quite a bit going on here. I mean, surely you've heard of the disappearances.
We ran into some of the disappeared, the ones that were drained.
No, well, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Well, remember the girl that you wanted, and I apologize for not giving her to you at this point. She had animated several corpses that she says she found in the sewers that were all drained of blood.
Really?
Methodically, like not like just stabbed and blood out, hung upside down, drained completely.
Fascinating. I'd heard rumors of such things. Do you think there's a possibility? That would be in line with the fact that there are people that just seem to go missing around town, and gosh darn if that harbor master can't keep track of it. Now that's the kind of thing someone, maybe an up-and-coming group that wants to establish a name for themselves, that if they could, find out who's responsible for that, that would go really far. And I'm sure the good old harbor master, that fine gentleman August Fletcherson, he would love to know that situation had been resolved even more than I would.
Well, so you don't like random serial killers in your town either, then?
Well, unless they're working for me.
So then they wouldn't really be a serial killer, they'd be an assassin.
Oh, sometimes the distinction is incredibly gray.
That makes sense.
Although, far be it for me to begrudge a man or woman who likes his work. Because
I liking your work.
Yeah. Such things are hard to find these days. So many spend so many hours just slaving away. But when they can truly smile as they take on their tasks, that's a sign of a good soul.
Taking on the back.
But that might be a thing you look into if you're looking for some projects to help your gang establish itself.
Oh, we want to know the gangs that want to kill us, right? Where are they so we can either stay away from them or kill all their leadership and take their territory?
Well, from what I've heard, you've run afoul of the Banshees. Excuse me. The Gang of 10, well, I think they're a little bit on the not cool side with you. And then I heard a little bit of whispering over the last bit while I was walking over here that the White Fang Gang is not really fans of yours right now.
Yeah, they were the ones protecting the vampires, so
Oh.
where might we avoid or hunt down and kill them?
Well, they're not a small group, but if you're looking to try to make your name by taking a few of them out, that's an option, I suppose.
I was just wondering where
Oh,
they might be.
oh, I can. He describes out a part of town, not too far. It's just outside the docks area that you can find them headquartered. Now, I should warn you, they're not exactly a small group. So if you're going to go in, I would not recommend that you kick down the front door and just see what happens.
Sorry, he just got a phone call.
Nope. Okay. And we will pause for a moment because we don't want phone call could be job related. Job related is important. So we'll take a moment to pause the scene there and say hello to everybody.
Me or does Finnegan kind of look like a frog?
Look like what?
Look like what?
Like a frog. Just a little bit.
I suppose so.
No, I like his top hat and his mustache. Looks quite dapper to me. I like it.
But not quite, because he doesn't have a shirt on.
Well, yeah, no, not quite. But if he did, yeah, then he would. But
I mean, at least he's got he's showing off what he's got. I mean, he's like, look at me, I'm a pretty man.
look at my physique.
Yeah, he's a macho man, which is immediately what I thought, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you're
So
curious,
is he taking off to get us the information we need to track this lady down?
copy.
He's interested as well in the vampire.
Well, I'm
He
curious
hasn't
as to-
given us anything yet, but
I'm curious as to like if he thinks he knows like who it might be, or if he has any idea, like a lead as to who he thinks might be connected to the letters.
Okay. Give me a second. By the way, that's what I drew up as one of his two guards. Filling around with Hero Forge. I
thought they were just completely shirtless except for a sash, a rainbow-colored sash.
Maybe they
I
were.
was like, my brain was like, what the heck is this, and why is it here? I'm immediately upset.
Oh, but
Why are we being
like the best.
accosted by Mr. T with his army of buff, rainbow sash-wearing men? We're just trying to take a little girl back home, who then tried to kill us again.
No, at that point she didn't. At that point she
Oh,
was
she had
done
already
trying
tried
to
to
kill
kill us the legitimate amount of times. Yes,
Yes,
all of
She
the
said
time
she
she
was
had tried to
sorry.
kill us.
she
And
did.
she wouldn't do it again.
No, she said you said that if she does it again, we know where she lives. She didn't say she wasn't going to do it again.
Details. As long as somebody said it wasn't going to happen again.
So he can absolutely lay out for you where to find their headquarters.
But he also suggests that we don't do it
Well,
from the front door.
yeah.
Not yet.
If you want to plan you could plan an assassination. Probably or you're gonna have to recruit some extra muscle because there are a lot more. There's more than 4 of them.
I mean, we took out more than 4 of them. Well, you know what we could do? We could take out a book out of Tan's page and pit some gangs against him. I don't know how we do it.
Could like
Does anybody
plant-
have beef with the fangs?
Oh, don't we have like little pieces from each of the you know
We'll
the
pick them
gangs
out
that
of
we've
my bag and
encountered?
put them on the table.
Like
All of
we
my
could like
trophies.
you know I don't do something like sabotage something and then leave behind like the mark of I don't know whoever banshees or something. I don't know. Leave behind evidence you know that would point to one of them.
I'm confused
That's
on
how we
what our
used to do these
motivation
kinds of
is.
things in the old days. I mean, I don't want to go back to the old days, but if we're going to go back to the old days, I mean, we could take some pages out of our old books. We don't have to rewrite something that already works.
I thought the objective here was to kill or cure the vampire.
But how are we
Like,
going to find out who the vampire is without, you know, these white fangs know things,
right?
or at least know who's paying them.
Okay.
So we don't necessarily have to kill them, but they want to kill us. So it puts us in an unfortunate situation. So either we go and kill them and look through their notes or convince them to talk to us.
Or we abduct somebody. Really?
Or we abduct somebody, I guess. Well,
Hey, I'm all for a good kidnapping.
that's the thing. We can't really abduct just some random fang.
Well, maybe we could like scout out, you know, somebody who might appear like, you know, a weaker link that might maybe talk, you know, as opposed to some of the other ones. Somebody lower on the totem pole of the gang. I don't know.
I mean, usually when you're working with these groups from personal experience, it's a need to know basis because these things do happen. People die. People get kidnapped. People get tortured. You don't need a lot of loose ends, kind of thing. He's just sitting here listening to me just be a criminal mastermind. Like, what did you do? What did you used to do?
I'm letting my players debate a course of action.
Well, no, I'm Finnegan.
Oh,
Because I'm assuming he's still there.
yes.
Like, who do we assassinate? Also, is it like inappropriate to talk about this in front of you? Is that a problem? I know that you have. I know you.
Oh, he probably loves
you
it.
don't solve these things, so if we're talking about it, is that a problem?
Well, I didn't want to interfere with the engagement of genius. I'm just happy to assist.
So do you know anyone who has beef with the Fang?
Well, see, that's the thing. The way good old August runs things around town, nobody gets a chance to get beef with each other. They all just kind of stay in their pockets. Now, I suppose that works, except for the fact that there's no one really in charge. But the minute one gang gets a beef with another, and he swoops with a couple of those black pauldron guards to help him out, and everyone finds a compromise that settles it back down again into the, well, as I've said, the not so quo status.
So maybe we have to start a lot of beef rapidly.
If your hope is to start a gang war, absolutely. But over the last couple of years, most people have they've become comfortable with the simmer of near constant warfare that our situation has created.
It's boring.
Well, it's dangerous.
Can't we be surgical? I liked it back when we were just shooting innocent people in the leg instead of just causing mass pandemonium on the streets.
All right, you can be surgical, but you need distractions. Is all I'm saying. We don't want to be too risky with ourselves. There's only 4 of us, and we like being alive.
Right, but our goal isn't to like destroy the gang. It's just to destroy the vampire.
Well, maybe there's a way we could like lure out the gang from wherever their headquarters is and then like search the place for any information.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't know. If they're that big, I don't think it'd be possible to lure all of them out. Or
Yeah,
a
I
lot
don't
of
know
them out even.
what would prompt them to come out, all of them to like leave. But
Maybe like a big fire.
That would motivate me to leave a building. You know, I have an idea. It's going to take my people a few days to sort out this letter you found. Why don't we meet back after you see what you can find out about that serial killer? Maybe we clear that up? Maybe. I like this even better now. You can adjust his top hat. I'll look into that letter for you. Find out who this F is. You figure out who the serial killer is. We meet back here. You tell me the serial killer is either taken care of or who they are. I tell you who F is. Then I and my boys take credit for the serial killer, and we all win. And you can quietly do whatever you need to do without being on everybody's radar.
Seems like a fair trade if then Asteki doesn't owe him anything.
agreed.
I actually liked owing him a second ago. Now we got to track down a serial killer. All right. Well, I guess that works too.
So
wanted to
Finnegan,
track
what
down
can
a
you
serial
tell us
killer
about
anyway.
the people who disappeared? Like, is there any? Are they from similar backgrounds? Any similarities between any of them?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, mostly young people, which isn't uncommon. They're the type that are not yet worldly wizened to avoid things like dark alleys on bad nights, or, wandering alone in the wrong part of town, or wearing the wrong colors at the wrong place. I mean, that's what we assumed it was for quite some time. Random hush-hush gang murder here or there, or harsh words. But the first couple of those that disappeared where they weren't the fighting type, we started to get a little nervous. Not too many people
Is it
are...
from similar areas?
I'm not really sure anyone's really taken the time to try to track that.
Do you have a list of the victims?
Oh, gosh, no. No, that's not a thing we can do. Too many people, too long now. Plus, I mean, again, every gang is its own mini government. There's no single person in charge.
Where did the last murder take place, or the last killing?
Well, see, that's the thing. No one knows where the murders take place because no one finds the body. Although, if I recall correctly, you've encountered a few.
In the sewer.
In the sewers, yeah.
The storm drains, yes. But I'd say until we started thinking maybe until some bodies started to turn up, we were thinking it was just people being disappeared. But, like I said, if you can crack that one, definitely we'll call that a solid, and I'm happy to tell you whatever you need to know about Mr. F. Or Miss F, as it might be. What else are you all thinking while I'm here, as he drains his snifter of brandy?
Real. Nothing else I can think of.
Sounds good to me. That sounds like we got to get on it. I'm
Yep.
Go ahead and finish my mug of ale.
It'll be munching on some cheese and bread.
I think at this point, Dagan's probably just pulled the whole pitcher of ale over to him and is just drinking out of the pitcher.
Get out of the picture.
Would be helpful if we knew somebody that disappeared, so we could at least go talk to people they knew.
Yeah. At least like a place to start, would be
Well,
good.
I'm not one to tell you how to do your jobs, as you are the professionals. I'm just a gentleman who brokers in information. But if you found what you thought were the bodies, maybe there's something there.
Yeah, I was thinking we could check in the sewers again too.
I'd find some kind of a similarity, or maybe see if there's a common element you might use to your advantage.
I mean, it's not like they would be cleaned up. I mean, they're all going to still be where we got them down.
But,
But
you know,
maybe they're from the same area. You know.
funny thing about serial killers is they tend not to operate out of too many different locations. So,
Right.
just some thoughts. Just some
Sounds like
thoughts.
we need to go back to the sewer and check out the bodies more closely. Thoroughly.
Oh, hey, how about you hand me the head you got in your bag? Let's take a look at that first.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that would be my cue to make my
Thump.
exit. Although, you know, I'm going to send one of the girls in and take care of you guys with one special little thing. Just to spark your creative thought process as you delve into this particular dilemma.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
And with that, my lady, I do bid you good day. And
Good day, sir.
he crushes out the bottom of his cigar and tips his hat and walks out of the room. A few moments later, one of the girls comes in and she rolls out a map of the city on the table.
100. Okay.
Mr. Finnegan thought perhaps this might be useful to you as you plan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
So she's
Be greatly helpful.
She has had some food today. She's vomited
So what are you thinking for strategies here?
a fair amount. When she vomited,
I was thinking we could go back to the room where the necromantic circles were drew up.
Yeah.
Take a closer look there because we were in a hurry to leave and engage.
Yeah, because we were
maybe
chasing
could
the
find somewhere
girl.
there. She said she found some there, and then the second place where she almost had the people ambush us.
Yeah, by that like warehouse place, I think it was something like
Yeah.
that.
And then if we don't find anything, we can go back to her house, drag her back into the sewer. She could be lying.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
She's living.
She's still alive.
Yeah. And yeah, we were a little rude to her dad, but he was kind of a jackass, so. He's alive too, but we can change all of these things in a matter of moments.
Yeah.
How fate twists so quickly when in that closet of the Raven.
I mean, maybe we could find a common thread between the bodies, whether it be like maybe their dress or their attire is similar. They come
Or
from a similar
They were
area. I
in
don't know.
tatters, and the big issue is going to be they were drains, so it'll be very hard to tell anything about
Right.
them. So
Yeah.
it'll be weird, but at least we can maybe find a location.
At least if we can find somewhere to start, it would be good.
So looking at the map, you can fairly confidently, from having now traveled town a few times, pick out where you are, pick out the major market street. You can pick out the castle, and you can start to kind of, with those like landmarks and being relatively aware of where you're going, having adventured for some time, you can start to get a sense for where things are located on the map. You can pick out the spot where the necromantic room summoning space was. So you can kind of go, okay, that's where we're going to go first. You can also pick out the 3 body dumps that she took you to. And then one of them isn't too far from that warehouse that she led you up to, where she tried to get you killed. You can pick out where the harbor master's offices are. And you can also see the gate where you came in, and you can see where the various gangs have their territories. In fact, unlike a lot of other municipal maps, this one is marked roughly in like wax pencil to indicate major gang areas. There are little pockets that are not controlled, but that's probably because they're either held by a minor gang or they're in flux. But there
So
are
I mean, that's a warehouse we could burn down. You know, if we're getting bored.
you can
Been on
also
this
identify.
case for 2 hours. We haven't found anything. Let's go burn something.
Burning always helps Samara think, and she's the smart one, so we'll just burn down this warehouse and see
Burn
what
it
the
down.
screams tell us. Right? That sounds like what good guys do.
What I'll point out as the DM guiding you through this particular puzzle, and then I'm going to kind of shut up for a while, is that the site at which the necromancer was doing her summonings is not optimal if she was draining the bodies and dragging them off to the dump sites. So if you take her at her word that these were where she found them, there are different distances away from her base of operations. There's not a lot else. I mean, you can ask me questions, but that's kind of where you're starting from. You have 3 points that represent the body dumps, 1 point that represents the warehouse that she took you to, 1 point that represents her necromantic hidey hole.
She said she found a couple bodies at the hidey hole, yeah? No, we got locked up in the hidey hole.
Yeah, well, I say we go back and look at the bodies. I mean, who knows? Who knows what we'll find?
Long
Yeah.
rest first.
I agree. Oh, well, obviously, yes. If we're gonna, before we head out, yeah. Since we're at Sophie's already, might as well, yeah. Have a nice night with, you know, some good cheese and bread and wine and hang out.
Oh, the best cheese.
And so, yeah, Megan can enjoy some of Sophie's girls.
They're really good listeners.
They are.
So of the two of them, it was
They are, and there's a quite a menu of options for the evening. It's you're going to have to watch your finances. If you're going to keep boarding here, it's going to start to get expensive. Just as a heads up. You probably either need to make money soon or rob somebody if you're going to do more than 2 more nights of staying at one of these establishments.
Well, I mean, we also have the other apartment we can stay at that we're told we can stay there for free.
True. Is that where you would prefer to retreat, or is this are we going to split the party? Okay, so you're going to either have to drag Dagon out of here or just watch your pocketbook.
Yeah, so Dagon's already just pouring his gold on the table. He's like, all right, that's what I got. What anything I can check off the menu, add it up.
If Dagon's paying, we'll stay the night. I'm fine with that.
Right.
I only have 11
I haven't
gold.
made any money since we've gotten here, so
Yeah, nothing other than like the money that we've taken off the bodies, you know.
I wouldn't even want to keep it. I'm just like, here you go, take it. If we're gonna stay the night here, I am probably not going to indulge in that activity. I'm gonna see if I can get some stuff to make potions then.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good idea because I know we used our potions.
We drained our reserves, so I mean,
Yeah, I think
I
I
might
will
as
do
well
the same.
use my potion making apparatus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you set for the night. Engage in the activities you intend to engage in. Potion making. I don't know what we ended up with on rules for that, but I don't suppose you're not going to be able to mass produce anything tonight.
No, not mass produce. We weren't able to mass produce with help. We just made 3.
Yeah. But you can brew up maybe 2 more potions over the night. The trade-off is if you're going to be concocting things that you have to apprentice somebody, it's a standard policy. They either want to gain knowledge from what you're doing or ensure you don't blow the room up. And before you can ask, the young man says, yes, it has happened. So unless you're mixing things behind the bar, we need to have someone with you when you're mixing things. So what you doing?
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
And he diligently takes notes as you work. The night's going to pass otherwise uneventfully, and we cut to the next morning. As you work your way down from your rooms to the bar and the lounge, the woman at the bar is explaining to Asteki as Dagon comes down that the sister experience is not as bad as you think it is. There are some who simply pay for the privileges of having a younger sister sit and listen to them. They find it very therapeutic. In fact, if you read the fine print, there is no physical interaction. That changes the policy. And things get really expensive.
You have to listen to them and do things with them? No, man, come on.
Yeah, you
One or the other. I mean, there are
pick one
rules
way or the
here.
other.
Yeah.
You got to pick one or the other. So what's your plan for this morning? Now that you've been rested, which if you want to push the long rest button on the character sheet, by all means, you might want to do that. Update those to reflect that you are now ready for a full days of activity.
So I was looking up the potion stuff.
Okay.
Apparently potions are expensive. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
We could just sell potions to be able to stay in the nice place.
Just
we
start
make
our
money.
little shop.
Yep.
Open a potion business.
Mm-hmm.
Potion seller.
An alchemist is a perfect. I mean, you guys are 4th level. You could look at retiring and becoming established business people.
Can we do that someplace that's not being run by gangs, though?
Potion masters.
Yeah.
I mean, so
All
like
of our profits
front-
go to
our front could be-
protection.
Our front could be potions, and our back could be assassination. Oh no, we need the special potion. Oh, the special potion. Why don't we go talk about that in the back? What kind of potion are you looking for?
I have the potion
You
you're
want to
looking
make someone go away? Oh, I totally have that potion.
glove cleaner. That's what I sell. Now, I'm sure it has some other purpose, but I can guarantee it will clean your gloves. What you do with it is your business. Somewhere I read a short story where that's the whole premise was the guy was selling poison so a guy could poison his wife. And he kept referring to it as glove cleaner. That was the whole shtick.
Interesting.
I wish I could remember where and when I read it. Because I want to say it was English class,
Oh, that makes sense.
which also feels weird. But then again, I had weird teachers in high school. Okay, so plan.
I am going to get some breakfast first and tea.
I've grown
But,
fond of this coffee.
As you set out from the house, fed, rested, ready to go, where are you going? It's a bright new day of no sunshine and heavy cloud cover. Just like the
I mean,
last.
this is doing,
Just
it's
like
doing
every
great
other
for
day.
my dwarven complexion, let's just say.
Oh, come on. This is almost as good as being underground.
Should feel right at home. I guess we're going to the sewer.
We can go see what they keep in that warehouse. We need money, right?
I do need some more money. I'm tapped out.
I mean, if we're gonna turn to a life of crime, there's a certain level of finances we need.
I mean,
Gotta
well,
balance
I
the
mean,
books.
we could go to the warehouse, but we don't know who's going to be there.
People with money.
Which warehouse are you thinking? The warehouse that is the headquarters of the White Fangs, or the headquarters that the Necromancer tried to take you to?
Second,
The the one the
it was
necromancer
a
tried to take.
warehouse. So it's like a warehouse could have goods in it. Or money.
Which, true, but I feel obligated to point out that crates of dried beans and reams of fabric could not be directly traded for food. So you
If
have
that's what they have in there.
true.
I mean, there might be drugs in there. Drugs are worth lots of money. Potions, apparently. Potions of healing are worth lots of money.
So have we? I don't know what happened since last week. Like I got a phone call from my mom, followed by a phone call from a buddy who's like, "You could get the COVID vaccine." And I'm there trying to get the COVID vaccine, and I didn't get a chance to do that. Suddenly, we're shaking down drug dealers. What's going on?
Sometimes life sends you down a path, and you have to, embrace it. I mean, if we keep fighting this, we're going to keep being upset about it. So it's either we have to make a decision to embrace the path we're given, or take another path. We were at a crossroads, and being in the middle of it is very uncomfortable for Frederick. So
We
he's
were
like,
going to investigate the bodies. What happened?
"It's on the way."
It's weird to do like.
I'm fine. Let's go. Anywhere you guys want to go. Let's get into
Let's investigate the
trouble.
bodies. Let's
You know,
investigate the bodies.
Gonna rob some like.
I feel like if we go anywhere, trouble will find us. It'll be fine.
It's true.
It'll be fine.
What is up with that? It's almost like I start trouble everywhere I go or something.
Yes. And I'm all for it.
I feel obligated to point out, if you go to a warehouse that your only interaction with has been, this is where a perhaps dishonest necromancer took us to get us killed. You cannot complain if trouble finds you.
If we were going there, it would be to be doing some more self-defense. That's all I'm saying.
No. that's not how that word works.
It would be like knock, knock, and then arrow aimed at the door, so he opens the door to getting shot in the face. That would literally be the only reason I would go there.
We've become that a living version of that South Park joke. It's coming right for us, and then he pulls out the bazooka and shoots the elephant or the deer or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, at least there are people with intentions.
I just walk in ahead of everybody and just be like, "Come on, hit me, bro! You know you want to, just hit me. You guys see that he hit me? Kill him."
Into the sewers. Stop this train of thought now. Into the sewers. We're done with it. Sorry, it's my fault.
Okay, so after all of that, what did you agree on as a plan?
Let's go look at the bodies by the necromancer's place. Right?
I'm gonna go to the
check them
sewers.
out.
Okay.
Sleuth mode.
All right, so you slump down into the sewers and work your way back to this one area that had been cleared out and had been used. You arrive at it, and it is in about the same level of state as that you left it. There's still some summoning materials. There are the cages that were used to store the bodies for the experiments. You can see, I think you took her spell book.
We did.
So you have her spell book. You don't, well, roll me an investigation. This seems like a reasonable place to put some dice on the table.
Aha, an 8.
Let me get this so it will update. I think I minimized it
we
by
all rolling?
accident. There it goes.
I think we're all there, and I haven't rolled any dice, so let's go.
Do it. Roll. Investigate some.
Wow.
I almost landed on a 20. What? I got gypped.
6, 5,
same.
6, 7.
I get double my proficiency bonus, so 8. Yeah, we might have to go burn down a warehouse.
That was
The only way to find some information.
Yeah, that was, well, do any of you want to, you've got 2 rerolls in the bank.
Technically, I have a +5. What does everyone else got?
I have a -1.
I have a +4.
I have a +5.
All right, let's burn 1. Samara, you take it.
Me? Oh yeah, yeah. All right.
You're the smart one.
There it goes, and An 11.
11. Still not great. So let's
Let me just double check and see if you're
let's take all the rest of the equipment.
I always like to double check and make sure.
Okay. You look around some more and find that there's some tattered correspondence, some agreements to provide protection for money. The names, you don't recognize any of the signatures. There's not most of the notes aren't signed, but there are agreements to, as long as there's a fair wage, that Petra will remain unmolested in her studies.
Oh, so someone was paying to keep her safe down here.
The implication from the notes that you've been able to glean and put together is that she was paying someone.
Well, she was paying.
She was probably paying whatever gang is in that warehouse.
Well, that makes sense. Does it say who she was paying for protection? Does the gang name appear on the ledger?
It does not say that. You weren't quite able to put that part together.
In the cages, I know that she said she found them here. In the cages, is there any sign of distress to the walls? Or any, because nothing was in the cages except for her, and she wasn't attacking anything from in there, so.
There are no fresh signs of struggle along the walls. You can see where there has been, on the one that she wasn't locked in, there's definitely some sense that something had tried to climb, force its way out of the bars.
That was probably one of the zombies, though.
Right. It would be consistent with the idea that she had summoned a zombie behind the bars and had, used the cages to protect herself from them while she was mastering the spellcraft she was working on.
So, do we think that... Oh, sorry. So, do we think that she wasn't just finding the bodies? She was given the bodies? And we should go track her down and figure out who's giving her the bodies? But I think it's safe to say it was the Fang gang.
That's some great detective work, but I think we should check out the other body dumps and see if we can find anything there.
Fresh bodies?
Well, maybe not fresh bodies, but I mean, there were more body dumps, so we couldn't find anything here, but maybe there'll be something somewhere else.
Yeah, and one of the other locations where she said she found the other bodies.
Okay. You can do that. You can take a chance to kind of walk around and see what you find. And take a look. So I'm assuming your plan then is to walk the kind of the 3 points that she gave you and do a deeper look to see what you find.
Yeah, she just kind of pointed it out to us last time, so we didn't really get a chance to investigate.
Okay. That is
Bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. We will take a pause.
My coworker's asking me when she works tomorrow, so I'm going to go check the schedule since we're taking a break.
Okay, let's take a full 5-minute break then. Just give everybody a chance to get up and stretch. So we'll be right back here. We'll take a little fiver. Yeah, that's working my computer too hard. Those transitions could be better. Okay, so we're all back. We are currently in the sewers. You are exploring and attempting to figure out where the bodies are coming from. What was your plan from here?
No, we gotta find some clues to find out where we gotta go next. We wanted to go to the first of the 3 body drops.
Okay. You make your way over to the body drop, at least where you recall it being, slumping your way through multiple turns from the sewers. It's not incredibly far from an access point. There are multiple like water flows in, so different drains all kind of filter down into the same muck that you are in now. But this particular point that you were told to go to is not far from where someone could open like a manhole cover or a large storm grate and throw a body down. There's no body here now. What in particular are you looking for?
Where they dropped down here, like still alive, where they dropped down here before they were drained. Any sort of indication of basically anything. Some information is better than what we have right now.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe any items that might have been dropped from the body that are still here. I don't know.
You could root around in the mud and the filth. You're not going to find anything of consequence in the process. It looks like, from what you could glean, probably just the body was thrown down here. And anything
Let's
on
go
it.
up and see if there's anything up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe something stuck in like the storm grate, like the grate or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's anything.
Worth a
up
look.
there.
Yeah, might as well. We're here.
Figure out what gang is nearby.
Okay. You climb up and okay. I'm going to make some adjustments, rewrite the solution to the puzzle. Yeah, dynamics. You climb out of the sewer grate and look around. You find yourselves in a small, like, courtyard that's connected to a larger thoroughfare by an alley. You have to actually walk out a distance and then turn hard to the right to see the main street. But it's wide enough that you could drive a small wagon back here and turn it around if you had to. When you kind of look up at the structures around it, the buildings don't have, like, 2 of the 4 walls don't have any windows on them. And the other 2 walls that make up the courtyard either have boarded up windows or small shuttered windows. So as far as secluded, this is almost an ideal place to go.
So you guys think we should go pick up all those Fangs bodies and bring them back over here?
Yeah. You're very welcome. I hope.
Do we see any signs that bodies were drained here specifically, or just moved through here?
Give me an investigation check again.
Let me get my +2 as well.
Wow. I think we can take that 21 and run with it. And you'll be in pretty good shape. Definitely there are signs that within the last couple of days, actually not a couple of days, you can see where a wagon has come in here several times. So you can pick up the marks in the cobblestones where someone has driven a wagon back here, dragged a body off it, dropped it down the sewer, and then driven it right back out again. Probably no more than 3 minutes, all told, before they were blending back into the city traffic. There's signs that it's happened more than once, and you would think, like, this, it doesn't make sense to find wagon wheat ruts and divots in the cobblestones back here. There's no reason that you would be bringing a horse back here, but they're still like significantly dried. But there are horse droppings where that shouldn't be here.
Looks like we got some means.
Yeah, we know whoever it is has a carriage or, has a horse and
Can we tell about
a way of transporting
with-
bodies.
with how far apart? Can we tell about how big the cart is?
It's not that big. With a 21 or 20, 22, 3, which is a really good check. It's like a one horse. It's a little wider than a horse would be. So it's a small one horse wagon. It's a one horse, one driver. Probably carries at most 1 or 2 bodies, if that's the way by which you wish to measure carriage capacity.
Sometimes, I guess.
So in this city, like, are horses and carriages and wagons and stuff, is that pretty commonplace?
Wagons are not uncommon. I mean, it makes sense if you're moving stuff around. It's a lot easier to let a horse or 2 pull a wagon than it is to hire people to drag pallets. But you've seen people pushing wagon like wheelbarrow styles or market stalls. But for the most part, a horse is definitely the way to go. And there's decent sanitation. That seems to be a great gang initiation. And again, they're like 100 mini governments.
We got to make sure our turf is clean before we kill someone and spill their blood.
Right. Has to be sanitary.
Let's put it this way: the gangs that don't make the youngest members, push the horse shit into the sewers, have a lot of people get sick in their territory. They don't know why, but they've learned. There's a reason. It's the smells. It's the bad vapors.
The vapors.
There was one guy who swore that there were these miniature animals that would collect in the horse droppings, and then if you didn't clean them up, it would get into the water, and then those miniature animals would eat you from the inside out. They burned him at the stake.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was gonna say they executed him.
Which
They're a crazy
obviously.
bastard.
I mean, that'd be terrifying, though. If you think about it, if that was true, that was terrifying.
That is true, though.
It is? What?
They're
Bacteria.
called germs.
Yeah,
I
it's like
know,
why
but,
we're
like,
wearing a mask right now.
Yes,
Like-
but if it was, actual, little, tiny creatures, I don't know. Not like just bacteria or, whatnot.
It's okay.
Viruses.
I was weirded out when I learned
But
that you
what
have
is a
eggs in you.
bacteria?
Well, that's a conversation for another time. But yes, my wife had that conversation with Xander and the whole all the biology terms, and yeah, he took it okay-ish. Wait, what?
Huh? It is unusual to learn these things.
Okay.
Well, I can't figure out what to do. I'm bad at the Sherlock Holmes thing.
No, that's okay.
We follow
yeah,
the
we
cart,
will.
but then it's gonna blend into the crowd.
Well,
Do
it
we
didn't move.
stake out the hole? Maybe somebody will bring a body around. Wouldn't that be convenient?
I mean, we could just
What do you
leave,
have to
but then we'd
roll
have
to just have somebody show up to dump a body?
Well,
No,
I mean, we should
don't
try to
fall
find
out of
them
the
before
sky.
they dump a body. It depends, because when we're around, sometimes they do.
This is true. Well, theoretically, if you stake out any one location long enough, there's a increasing possibility that whoever this person is will show up to dump another body.
Yeah, so there we go. We set up a shop. We wait 6 months.
Why don't we go look for a small cart that matches kind of what we need?
It's a possibility. Hey,
Well, what
Azteki,
if-
as you're getting more and more frustrated with this lack of direction, would you do me a huge favor?
Sure.
Could you drop a D20 by clicking on your insight skill? We're
can
gonna
try.
we're going to abuse insight for a second. Okay.
Obviously not. I don't do my best investigative work while I'm
Well, see,
frustrated.
this is the weird thing. Investigation is based off intelligence, but this is also playing strongly into your wisdom. Your like human behavior at large is a wisdom check. You know, quickly doing math problems is intelligence. Being able to reason through an entire calculus problem is wisdom because it's based off experience and methodical thinking. So high wisdom can do the same math that a high intelligence does. They just take a little bit longer and their proof is a little more elegant.
Nice.
You know, their code is infinitely more readable. High intelligence, it works and it's done within an hour. High wisdom, it takes them 2 days to write it, but dude, it makes sense and it's fully commented.
I'm going to use that analogy now. Forever. They'll be like, I'll say, you have smarts, but I have wisdom.
It's legit stuff.
Argument over.
And remember, kids, the comments, are, like masks, are not for you. They're for everybody else.
Oh, 100%.
Lantern Noir cares. The more you know.
So, I mean, if we're going the insight route, can I roll an insight to see certain things?
Sure.
Because I get a +6 to that.
You've collected enough clues. I think it's time to switch over to insight for some more DM
So
hints.
16. Well, I mean, just to see if I can figure out where they might have come from, kind of thing, more than
Yeah.
I want a hint.
You've done, well, that makes sense. You've done your investigation. You've got clues. Now you're kind of like, okay, what can we do with the clues that we have? If the same people are doing the drops, they probably are traveling about the same distance from where the bodies are being exsanguinated.
That makes sense. We can triangulate their position with the map.
Because
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
you conveniently were given 3 locations, which is the minimum number to triangulate a point.
100%.
Hence the term
Triangulate.
triangulate.
So we know then it's probably somewhere in between all these drops. We know what kind of cart we're looking for. Maybe we should just
Under
go
that
on
area.
dumb luck and see if we find a cart around there.
I mean, it's not dumb luck. It's we're going to the area they should probably be in to see
Observation.
if we can see what we can see.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So you
Do it up.
you lay out the map and you establish the circumcenter of the triangle, and it points you at a part of town.
It's a Starbucks. This is the Karen killer.
No, because that would just throw Asteki into an even larger moral dilemma.
What do you mean? I have no problem taking out Karens.
Exactly, but they're not necessarily vampires.
But if
They're
serial
worse.
killers, the serial killing is not good. Hey, but you don't know if it's a Karen. What if it's a barista that's taking out their revenge on Karens that come into the store?
Right? Yeah.
Am I
Exactly.
okay with that?
Like I said, so,
First, I drain all their blood to make lattes for the rest of them. Wait, what?
Oh, sorry. We thought this was like a bad operation, but go ahead, carry on.
and this was where we find out that the secret title of Book 3 has been Lantern Noir's version of Sweeney Todd, the barista. Yeah, so you turn on to Fleet Street and head up a distance. I can milk this one for a few more jokes.
The finest ale in the land, made with only the finest ingredients. You'll never taste anything like it anywhere else.
Over here.
Do we
Oh,
see
let me give
any
you a tour
strange
of the
Johnny
facility.
Depps asking if we need a shave?
How does your coffee have such amazing kick to it? Oh, it's the secret ingredients.
I'll take you to the roasting plant if you want. It's just in the back. I mean, come on.
It's around the corner. On this
Oh, you
dark
want to
alley.
talk to the manager? Her office is right back here. Come on. Oh no.
Oh,
Why is this in such disarray? Why is there blood all over the floor here? This is disgusting. Lit, hung upside down.
Okay.
Fuck it.
So on that note, you work your way over and you find that the point you have described is a carpentry warehouse and workshop that predominantly produces coffins. A short inquiry confirms that everything seems to be in working order. They've got stacks of lumber, some of which has either has been imported, most of it's been collected locally. There's a processing area for cutting down the logs, debarking them. It's a full operation. The wood's either then shipped out or it's processed into caskets.
Good business in this town.
What if you didn't have to make any more caskets because you just dumped the bodies instead? And we just pocket the money.
The one of the workers who you've been able to interview admits that there is a lower level that has been kind of like blocked off for the last couple of decades because they haven't needed to use it.
That's weird. Why would you have a lower level that you haven't used for decades?
Well, it's
I mean, at
connected.
least put a card table down there, man.
It's connected
Break
to
room.
it's connected to the sewers, and no one needs to go down there and mess around with stuff. And it's just easier to just leave that to its own way.
You guys ever get smells from down there, like sewer smells?
Well, that's why we keep the door shut.
I know, but sometimes smells come through doors. You know what I mean? Is there ever days where it's worse than others?
Not really.
Okay.
Probably worse right now because we're standing here in front of him covered in shit.
True.
Yeah, days like today.
But you can get to it through the sewers if you want, or I can take you around the back and let you on down.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to show us, that sounds cool.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Walks around to the side and pulls open the two big doors that lead down a very dirty, dusty flight of stairs. I would love an investigation check as you start down these stairs into the hollows below the coffin shop.
21.
Bump, 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 bump. So as you make your way down, the first thing that catches you is despite the foreman who is not joining you, unless you like manhandle him into coming, which
He's a busy man.
yeah, you can, but he's not really interested in joining you below.
Real quick, do I notice any like gang symbols on any of these guys working here? Is there anything that would show their affiliation to somebody?
This particular building is maintained by... That is an awesome question. The foreman is not a member, is not showing any kind of gang colors. Some of the workers are showing the same white face paint as the White Fang Gang, and they have not taken notice of you from their focus on their work. There's a few other that you haven't really picked out yet as to which particular gang they are. But there are some signs. This is a skilled tradesman space, so there seems to be a collection of different gangs operating in it as laborers. And so one of the things that you're picking up as you go in is that for skilled trades, it looks like there's an understanding that they don't function if everyone's killing each other at the office.
Your gang stuff stays outside.
Kind of.
Leave it at the door.
Leave it at home. Because if
Well-
you leave it at the door, you can kill each other after your shift. I don't want any of that.
Do you want to inquire further on that? Or are you just taking notes? Because you could easily ask the foreman before you go down as to what's up with that.
Oh,
That's
well,
a question you
we're
would
apart from
ask.
everybody else?
Hmm?
Like, well, we're apart from the rest of the workers?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's fair. Yeah, I would probably ask that.
It's like, well, that is part of one of the things that the harbor masters kept square. Because honestly, we've had brawls happen around shift changes, and it's always been one of his priorities is to be sure that trades happen, that things get done. And so there's kind of a truce with all the different gangs that they don't do it here. I mean, we don't get me wrong, we pay our protection like everybody else does. And I pay my dues in full to the pauldron when they come down here to collect. You know, every penny gets in there and it gets taken up where it's supposed to be. I earned my stripes in the Woodworkers Guild. I know my place. But yeah, there have been days where if it weren't for the fact that there's, you know, things get crazy between the Scurvies and the Were-Rats or the Banshees and the 10, you know, sometimes things got to be settled. But yeah, this is not the kind of place that people do that. That was one of the priorities when people started turning to the Harbor Master to set things right around town. Places of business are business. Places of the streets, well, maybe that's where you settle your scores in a scrap or two. That's, you know, negotiated. It's been a long time since it was just up to the gang leaders to set the terms, because I'm telling you, the terms were not always pleasant or fair. Now, that said, a darker side of me would find this all horribly tragic, because to be quite frank, the peace ain't good for business.
I mean, I see your point.
But my wife, bless her soul, Fever 2 years ago, she'd smack me hard for even suggesting that.
Does he get smacked by a ghostly hand?
There have been days I was sure she had done that to me. Good woman.
Well, don't say things like that. I mean, come on, man.
Just business is business. You just gotta be honest about these sort of things.
No, it's true. I understand.
Well, whatever. You hope you find what you're looking for down there.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's doing this stuff, it's not good for your business either.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we appreciate you, letting us, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
As you make your way down the stairs, the first things that jump out at you, the foreman's been completely wrong. This staircase is well used.
Thank you for
and bodies have been moved up. You can see the telltale drag marks where like people have shuffled carrying things up the stairs. And around the entrance, you can see the marks of where a horse and wagon had been pulled in and pulled out again.
So they were taking stuff up from the sewers?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Up out of this basement and then loading them onto a cart.
All right, let's go see. I thought the basement led to the sewer.
Oddly, it does.
Why did you take them out of the sewer to put them to a different part of the sewer? Go find out.
Well,
People that don't want to go around in the sewer.
If this is where the bodies are being exsanguinated, then, and then they're being taken away and then dumped somewhere else.
Not everyone wants to troop through the sewers.
We were against it initially. Now it's like,
Now it's like, hey, it's Tuesday.
All right.
Sometimes you got to get a little shitty.
Would now be a good idea to do a sense undead, see if we're walking into something?
Sure, if you want. But I don't think they were making it dead. I think they were just killing peoples. Just making it dead.
Well, it sounds good just to ping the area. One ping, please. One undead ping.
He uses his zombie sense.
Just one.
One ping, Mr. Stukov. One ping
Like
only.
the paranoid paladin, like every 5 seconds pinging or.
Well, I can't remember what game it was, but there was a game where I had to hit the investigation sense every 2 steps. It was terrible.
Sounds like it was made in the 90s. Or it was a Batman game.
Oh, yeah.
Batman game, the first one, I just left it on. Because you could fight people and see their bones at the same time, and I thought that was cool.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed. You're constantly hitting that stupid sense thing to highlight enemies and stuff. You're hitting it every freaking 2
items on the
seconds.
floor.
You're using your eagle sense, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
all
that's
the
what it
time
was.
using it. Like, dude, just make shit shine for me. I don't want to keep clicking the button.
100%. I mean, I remember it was so bad that I was like, I either need to find a mod that does it for me or just not play this game anymore.
Right. Yeah. Just highlight it for me, please.
Well, it was
Thank you.
Dragon Age. It was Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh God, I wanted to like that game so
So
badly.
did I. I liked the first two, and then I just couldn't, like, having to press your, like, are there things nearby every 2 steps? I was like, no.
Like, no, it does not work. Okay. Yes. No. Wait. Yes.
Sweet.
You sense undead below.
This pleases me. Come on, guys, let's go.
You've been itching to smite something for a long time.
Dead down there.
60 feet. It is as you go down the stairs. It is at the outer range of your senses.
All right, get ready to pick a fight. Let's go.
All right, swords out.
Okay. I need a marching order, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, I'm not going in first.
Oh,
Let's
I
about to say, we
detected
know
the
who's
dead.
going in
I want to
first.
go in first for a
He's
change.
like, he's probably like, we're probably trying to keep up with them. Like, hey, wait,
Yes.
what are you doing? There are undead afoot.
Yes.
There are.
It's like spider senses, but for undead.
My zombie senses are tingling.
Yes.
You got the little like ravens appear above your head.
I need like an undead stick, like what the prospectors used to have to find gold. I bring out like a little wooden thing. Oh, they're
they
this
crossed.
way.
I think it's closer to like what you were talking about. It's like a sense, and instead, you know, like you get like goosebumps, but it's just like little feathers ripple across your arm.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
that'd be
picture
cool.
as soon as he like detects undead, he doesn't even know he's doing it, but he goes, oh.
And everyone goes, that's not a good sound.
Yep. Oh no.
They're here.
That's the
The player
Aztec.
signal.
We're going into a fight sound. All right, let me put a few more tokens over here. The thing I don't like about the Jamboard is it is not good for copy and pasting things. It is one of its great weaknesses, I have learned. And I do like that map maker that you found. That just requires me to do more prep work ahead of time, because a lot of things like the maps I come up with on the fly, based on what you come up with for the moment. Who did I forget? I think I forgot to bring over Frederick. All right,
Yeah, it's definitely more so for like an era eventually we have to go to.
yeah. Which I could have done it for this because I knew you were going to end up here sooner or later. But I'm stupid, and sometimes I get thinking, I'll just do it on the fly. Okay, so
I wonder if I could help out on that. Like, you don't have to tell me the specifics, but maybe I could set up the level, and then you can go and drop the people and tell us where it is, so it's not ruined.
maybe. I also want to keep an eye. Over the next, 3 months, there's a whole bunch of virtual tabletops coming out that are, 3D graphicked dungeons. And they're supposed to be, crazy easy drag and drop. What I want to do is find out.
One of those on Kickstarter. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Steam's got a couple coming up in the next couple of weeks. That my big question is, because I don't want to lose all the other stuff we have, and then particularly I don't want to lose our our dice roller and stuff. I don't want people watching to have to be like, I can't tell what just happened. So it all depends on how well they allow us to customize the interface, and how well my computer can handle a Zoom call plus streaming a 3D game engine. Because my efforts to play games on my computer at home and stream them have not gone well. I have a 30-minute stream of just me swearing at Red Dead Online. So that is definitely a thing. So you're going down a nice thin hallway that continues and it ends in, switch to this and then put out the bits here. And there we go. Ends in iron grates at the end. And there's enough room for you to walk, and we'll say 2 abreast. So who's going where? And then this is the stairs.
I'm down with being out in front.
Let's do one melee in front, one melee diagonally behind. And then
Okay, so Asteki's leading the charge.
Samara doesn't want to be in the front, so I'll be in the front with him. Yeah, there you go.
So that's what you're thinking?
24 hours
Uh,
before it's excreted from the body. It's only
Are you gonna be alongside Asteki?
Like this.
oh, it'll definitely be out of her system by then. Yeah.
Do do do. Do 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 do. And
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Different type of medication, and it should be fine to give with the Simparica.
Oh yay, coffins. Gee, I hope there's no undead in there.
Yeah, where did you get your ping from? Is it by chance that coffin that is bumping and has a moaning sound coming from inside?
Yeah.
oh, hey, Reboot, thanks for hanging out tonight. You now have, and thank you for gifting that. That's 300 biddies, which translate to 3 chapters in the Book of Fate. So you are now sitting on 1 stored plus 3 donated rerolls tonight.
Oh, thank you.
And sorry that you're about to miss the really fun epic stuff. Come back. This show will be posted on YouTube tomorrow. And so you can always pick up at the 1 hour 48 mark and see what you missed. And thank you for that. They're going to need it.
I'm sure we will.
I've been watching you guys roll. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Be in trouble. That's okay.
Sadly,
We all have to die sometime.
the coffins are not making any interesting noises. The same cannot be said for the sounds from inside the this room here.
Great.
There are, by the way, torches lit.
No, the grate is over here, actually. Oh, wait, can you see my marker?
So torch or lamp and lamp. A couple of oil lamps are hanging off the
When
walls.
they're running?
Hmm?
So someone definitely has been down here.
Yes, actually, they are lit. I'm going to do this, though, just to provide a bit more realism. I'm going to add a turn to this, and that would explain why no one had seen the lights before. There. That makes up for that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That makes up for that. But this area is incredibly well lit. I would love to see everyone give me a stealth test if you're attempting to be sneaky.
Okay.
Another chance to roll a nat 1 on spell.
And Azteki is rolling this at disadvantage,
Yeah, so I rolled twice.
Mr. Super Armor.
Yeah.
I mean, he's our Spartan, the Spartan warrior.
Okay. So if you're trying to be sneaky, you can safely assume that everyone is silent except Azteki. So anyone listening is only going to hear the sounds of one person approaching.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's.
Can I go around the corner
Positive.
and play This Isn't Where I Parked My Car?
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, you guys can hang back, and I'll go around myself since they can hear me anyway.
I'll just have my bow ready to peek around the corner and shoot if I gotta.
Yeah. We'll.
Oh no!
Oh.
Azteki
Oh, you
was
got a
throwing a
reroll.
reroll.
Oh, get through the reroll one more time.
Oh, yay!
Okay, but you have to roll it twice because it's a disadvantage.
All right.
Thank you for that. That's awesome. We will totally accept that. 17. Okay, that's good. And a 7.
Whoops.
The first one was good. The second one not so much.
What a
Eh.
tease.
Disadvantage is rough, man. Although that said, I'm kind of like the DM appreciates the. I'm sorry. I thought this is where the spa was. I was looking for a place to just soak up some hot steam. No,
And like a sauna, you know.
it's not like standard on all.
If this isn't the underground hot springs bath I was told about.
I heard Sophie's girls like to take baths down here. Is that not true?
Megan pops around the corner. Wait, Sophie's girls? Oh, right, never mind.
It's not the way to the hot springs.
Okay, there. As you get closer, you start to pick up the smells of the sewers. just beyond that iron barred grate.
Like a 50-pound dog ate
Starting to smell like home.
Really? It needs a label?
and I've had people call it
Really?
dog has eaten a whole raw onion.
You feel better about that? Okay. So Asteki approaches and finds himself looking into a room. I will put the rest of you
On a beef roast,
there.
and you give a little bit of the beef,
That work?
it's probably not going to be a big deal.
Is anyone going to get crazy enough to try to run across and set up 2 flanked positions on the doors?
Me and somebody probably should, but
I mean, I got a 17. I could try.
The brown acorns can
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I could also. I mean, either if Frederick doesn't, I will.
Which
Let me
one?
do it.
but the green ones are toxic.
Okay, let me see
Brown acorns are not.
what he rolls on. Okay, I think I have this toggled correctly.
The green ones are
I
highly
do. This is awesome. There we go.
So excited I got above a 1 on my roll. I can't even.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Well, and the green ones are usually on the tree.
What is it with us? It's like pets and children. We all go crazy and wave and smile.
Oh no.
Okay,
They're just so cute.
they are
at
so
look at-
cute.
Look at that.
I'm not gonna lie about that.
Squish.
Squishy.
It looks like a delicious bagel.
Hey, it does look like a little bagel, all rolled up.
That's okay. We'll go with that. All right. Frederick is able, you think,
But it does say large.
I always think I'm so stealthy. So
to zip across,
This toxicity is
and you have now set up.
seen
I don't know. Is Dagon on the edge or is Samara on the edge?
but there are a number of dogs that really like to eat acorns.
Mean.
What could go
feel like-
wrong?
Yeah, I feel like
It's the green
I something bad might happen to me if I'm in the front, but it's okay. I got a shield. Be good. Theoretically.
Yep.
That's what we're here.
That is the big trade-off. Armor is nice, except when you don't want it to be. So you look into the room. I'm going to draw the details and explain them as I do.
4 days.
As you look around the room quickly, this set of iron bars actually has a gate in it,
Yeah, well, my pleasure. I'm glad to have been.
and you can see a rowboat has been moored into the muck and the liquid of the sewer.
You have a great rest of your night, okay?
we could be sewer pirates.
I was thinking like one of the tunnels of love.
It's like the zombie
Oh,
like
the
tunnel of love in the
bath?
sewer.
You could think that if
Oh,
you
like in Left 4
want
Dead
to,
2.
except there's that whole I was thinking more like the boat on the river Styx myself.
Oh,
Are you
so it's
saying
not like
it's
a
not
giant swan
romantic?
boat?
Oh, it's not a gondola?
No, it's more like a rowboat.
No, like, it's just you and the Angel of Death just chilling on this boat, staring blankly into their empty skull sockets. Hey, you row this boat often?
Okay, so there's that, and there's this over here with some candles on it. Okay, so continuing around the room, there's a coffin poised and ready right here by the gate. You can see hanging above, there's a series of winches and pulleys and a loading beam to conveniently lift the coffin and take it out over the rowboat. There's a laboratory style bed laid out here. Examining table is better description now that I've said it. On which lays a body. There are several flasks and other such accoutrement at 2 tables over here and here. Storage crates are stacked over here. You don't have line of sight to what's back here, but there are multiple candles on this table here and some oil lamps hanging about. I mentioned there was a body on the table. I'll add that for now. You are not in a position to investigate said body. Although, who knows? Maybe you'll get gutsy and head over there. And a man is standing over the body. I'll put him on the board here now. And he looks up as you come in with a look of wry amusement. There's the graphic, copy image, and drop that on the Jamboard. I'll shrink him down momentarily.
Oh, he big.
I'm really proud of how that turned out.
It looks
It's really
great.
cool.
Like,
It's look cool, especially with like the green lantern, shining on his face.
I can't say enough cool things about the Hero Forge engine now that they've added all these features in, because you can do that. You can add up to 2 light effects to a miniature to get that, and
And this is very cool.
so cool.
That is very cool.
But I'll get him down to token sized. Foomp.
He's pretty.
He's on that side of the table. And he looks up. Wow. Aren't we the inquisitive sort? What is it you hope to find, young man?
We're here to figure out what's going on.
Oh, and on whose behalf are you investigating such things?
Ourselves.
Well, maybe you should just turn around if you know what's good for you.
I don't.
No, it's true. We have no idea what's good for us.
Not a thing. So what's up with the guy on the table there, sir?
Oh, she's just taking a little nap and then having a little trip. Would you like to come meet her before she departs?
Very much so. Let me go over there and say hi.
All right. As Asteki crosses the room to the examining table, what's everyone else up to?
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just like, no.
Waiting.
Just shaking my head.
I mean, bow drawn, but waiting.
But yes.
Bow drawn and
Waiting.
waiting. So you're
Waiting.
ready to take your shot when the time comes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
prepping.
I want to. The moment the guy started talking, I'm like, all right, I guess this is the next one.
Yeah, I'm prepping
Wonder
the
what kind of
firebolt
trophy I'm
just
gonna
in
get
case.
now. That lantern looks kind of nice.
Activate Overwatch. We don't have a move. Put all of your action points into Overwatch.
Oh no, he moved. Everyone opens fire at the same time.
Yep.
God, I hate
He
that mechanic.
flinched.
I do too.
I think
I
in,
really do.
I think in 2 they changed it though that once it's dead, it stops firing. But I know in XCOM 1, the first thing that moves, everyone shoots, and then 5 things move. You're like, God damn it!
Oh, I forgot
I've seen a
about
lot of
that.
games
Yeah.
that do it better. Like
Yeah.
you overwatch a specific area,
Mhm.
or you overwatch. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things that do it better.
Not to derail, but that's how my game of XCOM 2 ended. The big bad teleported out of the big cluster of combat and right smack in front of my sniper,
Nice.
who just overwatched him. And that was it. And if anyone speaks French, I would love to know what the French line is that he kept saying when I ordered him to move. Because I swear, God's my witness, it sounds like he says, that's what she said. And I know it's not, because I was using the French language pack. So it's a French phrase that roughly sounds like that's what she said. That means something like on the move, or I'm going there, or yes, sir.
Hey, you should ask my wife.
I hadn't thought of it until just now again. Okay. Back in the moment. He cackles as you approach, and he takes a step back towards the table here. And for the record, he's not holding a glowing lantern. That's just to make the miniature look interesting. He actually, at the moment, is unarmed.
Oh.
I was like, yes, magic lantern, it's mine.
Yeah, another magic lantern to add to our collection.
Yeah, if you'd come across him maybe at another location, he might have, but you tracked him back to here. So
His
that's
magic lantern is hidden among his effects.
yeah, perhaps, or it's just a lantern with green glass in it because he wants to look ooky.
I don't know anything about green glass, so magic.
Oh, hey. Okay, we're going to pause the action here for just a second.
Oh, we got Umbra.
Oh, Umber's bringing the love. So we're going to let them come on in, let them all get settled in for the moment, and then we're going to bring them up to speed so they know what's going on because things are about to get interesting. So welcome, Raiders. I'm going to take a slight pause in the narrative to let y'all come in, pour yourself a quick drink, and settle in because, as I was saying, things are going to get cool. Welcome to Dungeons & Dragons on Sunday nights, where we play a homebrew version of Ravenloft with these amazing people around me here at our virtual gaming table. In this exact moment, the party has tracked dead bodies back to this lair, which is currently underneath the wood shop and coffin making factory. And they have come in inquiring as to what might be happening in the abandoned area underneath it. And they stumbled into this workshop, as you can see over on the sketch pad, with just but a single dude in it, because everyone knows when it's just one guy, he's completely harmless. And you
Seeing the undead presence we sensed before we came into the room. We don't know where it is, though.
Oh, nope. So
Somewhere in here.
as Asteki
What could be him?
Asteki has taken upon himself to play the "Dude, where's my car?" gambit, while the rest of the party hangs out and hides, which is sensible. So, back in the moment, Asteki crosses the room, and as you get closer to the table, you see it's a young woman wearing a full white dress. It's cut fairly well for her. Her hair is done up on around the back in a not bad braid. It's not exactly what strikes you as perfect, but it definitely looks like there's some care taken. And for the moment, you're sure she's dead. You're sure this is just a dead body. As you get closer, you can make out the faintest signs of life as her chest rises and falls almost imperceivably. As you get closer, you also notice that in this region here, in this corner, there is a additional... No, there's not. Never mind. Rob had to adjust the story elements and has rejected them. As you get closer, you can see more of what's on this table, and there are multiple instruments for butchering. Knives, lots of knives. We'll leave it at that.
And
And
give her that 1 point of lay on hands.
there's also, in this region here, I should mention before, crates of sawdust and piles of sawdust kind of scattered around them.
That's interesting.
The last thing that you notice as you approach the girl on the table is that you recognize her. It is the young necromancer that you had encountered previously, as she lays in repose with her hands folded on her chest.
Oh, man.
All right, maybe keep that lay of hands to yourself then.
Are you looking for work? You could help. She needs to get into that coffin over there. You could do that, and I'll pay you for the time.
I'm gonna go with no.
Well, then, what do you need while you're here, then? If you're not here to work and not here to help, you're no good to me. And perhaps we should discuss the means by which you shall leave.
Sounds good. You prefer this way?
Which way do you point?
I'm pointing to the coffin area.
Oh, you're already planning to that one's, I'm afraid, taken. I can find another one to bring down tonight for you, though. You'll have to wait a bit, but as I said, that one's quite spoken for. Plus, she's a perfect fit for it. You have to be careful. You can't get one too big, or they move around too much in transit. Don't want to damage the goods.
Makes sense. But hey, new idea. I'm gonna take her out of here, and you're gonna wait here until later, and we can watch a movie. I don't know, man. I just want to take a swing at this guy.
Do it. If you swing,
You're creeping me out, old dude.
As much as I would love to take in a play with you, I don't think that's appropriate at this point. I have work to do. And I have a shipment to prepare. Plus, I wouldn't take her out of here. What are you going to do with her? I mean, maybe I should have. Maybe you're the type that kind of likes her in the state, but I really don't recommend it. Are you thinking that you could just kiss her and wake up? Go ahead, try. This will be fun.
I'll shake her and I'll try to wake her up.
He laughs, and there's a moment where you feel those hairs on your neck kind of prick from just the way he cackles, and she is in no way responding. For all intents and purposes, she is dead to the world, but still breathing.
Hey, Samara, what's going on? I can't see.
No, there's a body. There's a girl, a body of a girl on the table, and Asteki's talking to this old dude. I don't know what they're saying.
Look like we need to kill him?
I don't know. I think looks like Asteki might be getting ready to attack. We should get ready.
Hey, about time.
Could one of the two of you quickly throw a stealth check for me, please?
Okay.
For once, it's not my fault that we lose health.
Okay, good enough. Samara, stop before you roll something. Stop! Stop! Okay, good enough.
Too late.
Okay. You've shaken the body. He's cackled horrifically. You're not going to wake her. Only the command word will do that. It's a little spell we've worked up. And it seems that not everyone's very good at casting it. But you see, I have a knack for these things. I'm kind of good at certain incantations and enchantments that are select few get good at. And this is one of them. You should try kissing her. Maybe that'll work.
I'm not kissing her. And I don't understand what's going on here with the whole sacrificing people. Seems like taking them and throwing them in the coffin. So we're just gonna have to stop you on that. Like we've been looking for you, and now that we're here to tell you to stop.
Oh, I see. I can't stop. This is my stock in trade. This is how I make my money. And the masters would be so disappointed if the shipment stopped.
Yeah, where are the masters at?
Well, there's one out to sea, and there's the ones that are not. So, I get paid by lots of people for what I do. I suppose since you're going to die, it won't really matter if I say how. Will it?
Let me ask you a few more questions. Let me start by
Guess not.
You see, some people that come in, they go out by boat. Some of them, well, they go out other ways and separated from their innards. Because you see, blood's such a valuable commodity. Like yours is going to be after I string you up and drain it.
You can try.
Well, you see, I don't think you're much of a threat. So get comfortable. In fact, really, it would be so kind if you would ever just do me the tiniest of favors and give an old man a break and load her in the coffin so we can seal it up for shipment. I'd hate for her to spoil in the waiting.
send you an email summary of our conversation for your records if you can give me an email address.
Guys, you want to jump in on this yet? Like, I'm going nowhere with this guy, and I'm gonna grab the girl and tell him I'm leaving. That's it.
That's
I've
fine,
heard
you
enough.
do you.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you to like do
Yeah,
whatever you gotta
I'm
do.
gonna grab the girl.
Waiting for you to attack. Attack.
Okay, you scoop up the girl easily, and he goes, oh no, you can't take her out of here. That's not gonna work. Please stop.
Catnip should not cause
And as soon as you I'm assuming you're ignoring him and taking your first steps out the door.
Yes.
Okay. That's when everything gets interesting. Interesting-er? Let me add a couple of tokens to the board. And we're ready to get this going.
I am gonna have to put Layla to bed, so I will be a second. I'm sorry.
No, hey, no problem. Go ahead and put her to bed while I put some tokens on the board. And
Legit,
queue up
thanks.
the combat table.
Oh man, here come the zombies. Oh, they were in the coffins.
I knew it.
Knew it. Dang
Nah. Well, wait. They're kind of closely grouped. I know your group. Plus, there's a good audience tonight. I think they're going to help you succeed. Speaking of that, for everyone that's hanging out, if you would like to be part of the game tonight, you absolutely can. Here's one way you can participate. And another way. I will say the NPC thing is not going to kick in until next time we play because they're not going to encounter too many other people. But the combat is going to happen fast, and the party has become somewhat reliant on rerolls. 1, 2,
the way
3,
that I roll, especially
4.
sometimes.
Yeah. And you can also use channel points for rerolls, as it says. You just kind of look for the channel point reward, and you can just, bam, declare that a reroll has to happen. There's also a sound file you can play too, which is kind of fun. That's up to you. So I'll add these to the table, and you may go ahead and roll your initiative.
Yay.
I am mildly curious as to what your intention is now that your arms are full of a body.
Is he kind of just sleeping in one spot, or has he been walking around the house?
Let's see here. Zombie. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bam. And that looks good. Start the combat.
Okay.
We just have to wait for Frederick so we can get his in there, and then we're off to the races. Dagon got a 9. Ouch. Samara, 19. So, Umbra, now that you're here, and I apologize for not shouting you out sooner, if you're still here, how was your stream going? Since we have a minute while we wait for our last player to get back. What were you, let me see what you were up to. If anybody, by the way, is not following Umbra, you have got to. This is a man of so many talents. It makes me embarrassed at what I do because the dude does everything. He does. I've caught him cooking. I've caught him jamming on the guitar. I've caught him just chatting, and it's, oh my God, he should be doing stand up.
Yep.
Oh, I would easily see him back me up on this, Knebula.
Oh yeah. With if you have not encountered our sippy cup, you're missing out.
I mean, we should make that a goal. We should figure out how to get him on like his own HBO special. That's a thing we can do.
I agree. Man of many talents.
Oh, ouch. Yeah. I've been lucky on that one lately, although I'm trying to figure out how to get my sound editing to work a bit better since my office is tied to my wife's, and she's doing pet medicine right now. That's the closest I have to a tech problem. Which was funny because someone was asking, I think it was Friday night, if we should be concerned that there's a HIPAA violation happening. Because sometimes you can kind of make out what she's talking about.
Right.
which is kind of fun, as long as you don't mind hearing about, incontinence in cats.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's
which is a thing.
and is the other kitty
it is a thing.
It is a
You
thing.
know.
okay?
And I keep waiting. Our ninja cat a couple of times has tried to climb up over my green screen from the side. Like she'll get on my chair and start to try to go over it. And I don't know why, other than it's there.
Was the last time?
That's all cats need is for, anything. It's like it's there.
I will
If
go
I can
there.
climb it, can I climb it? Can I play with it? Like it's there, they will mess with it.
It's there to climb. It's a thing we have to do.
Yeah, it's fine. So how long ago was it?
Climber's gonna climb.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and a half. Okay.
Cat is a rogue. Yeah, Keiko might be. She's our newest addition. She's tiny. And she's not getting any bigger because she's a little over a year. No, she's 2 years old now. So she's as big as she's going to get, and she's a little one. But we're working on the cast of DS9. We have Miles, Julian, and Keiko. And Keiko was so named because she gets along with Miles. Like they were best buddies when we adopted her. And I'm like, okay, there you go. If she'd been best buddies with Julian, we would have named her Esri.
No drooling? Okay.
And I get naming privileges in the house because I'm also the one that they have to convince that we can add another cat to the house. If Dad says it's okay, I always play I'm only going to say okay if I get to name it.
Oh, rabies.
That's the way that works.
Is that like, is that a thing? Can we eat another cat if you're allowed to name it?
When we find a place that allows more animals. Like you can have as many kids as you want in the apartment, but you can only have a couple of cats.
Well, kids
You're renting.
tend not to pee outside the litter box.
Depends on the kid.
Yeah. Although that said, I am sympathetic to anyone who has looked around their apartment complex and thought, that 8-year-old is way more disruptive to this place than my cat is.
It's probably true.
You have my sympathies.
I think they could just do it by poundage or whatever. Like you want to have 5 10-pound cats, or you want to have 1 50-pound dog. Like,
It's also about this, like the cleaning and of the smell.
Yeah.
Like I'm allergic to cats, and if there's been a cat in the place in the last while, maybe a lot of time almost, I get allergic reactions. It
interesting.
takes a lot of cleaning to like cleaning of insides of vents for me to be fine.
Another benefit of playing of again, pandemic has been terrible for many, many, many people. But one of those silver linings is you and I, even though we live locally, would have a hard time getting together to game in person because of that allergy. And yet we're able to do this. Okay. I need you to roll Frederick's initiative roll so we can put him on the table, and then I'll fire it all up. And you can see what you're up against. And we'll get this on. That is a really good initiative roll. Okay, I would say that you have a free action, except as you're preparing your first shot, as Asteki scoops up the body and you start to shoot. In the same moment, the coffins around you explode as zombies, familiar-looking zombies, burst out of them. And the old man cackles. You see, she taught me something before I put her under, and I'm better at it than she is.
It's like you get kill two necromancers in one combat.
We're going to have a conversation if your plan is to kill the girl at this point, but we're going to wait till we get there.
Yeah, are we still wanting to kill her? I mean, she's practically dying. This is terrible.
I don't actually want to. You could swing her at him.
I'm going to let y'all decide what happens because this is your call. I will have those conversations later. But as everything starts to move, Samara's the first to act.
No, I don't like being first.
And what's her initial action? Well, now you have full spells, so because you are fully rested, and you have a lot of close combatants.
Do.
I think Bob.
Well, yeah, I think Bob would be good to maybe disperse some of those.
And then run into the room.
Undead.
Since they're grouped, you cone of fire or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
remember?
can do
Forget about
the
that.
yeah.
Burning
I could do
hands?
burning hands. Yeah.
You might.
Or it would at least affect a few. You know, three,
Yeah,
two or three of
burning
them.
tickle hands. Woo.
You might.
But it's not a tickle.
You might even consider casting it at second level. Use a second level slot on it to get that extra D6.
Oh, I forgot I had a second level of that. Okay.
That's an option. I don't know if you want to burn a second level slot on that, but it'll be 3
Like
targets for
46,
sure, so
yeah.
that's an extra 3d6 damage.
As well, more damage you can do, and then I think take them out quicker, maybe. would
Okay.
be Better.
And then if they don't go down, you can run away with your movement.
Yes.
True.
You can cast and then move. They are not in melee with you yet.
Yet. Okay. Well,
Yeah. In fact, you could do a half move, blast, and then a full move. Or finish your move. Because that would
Well,
get
yes.
all 3 of those at a nice, neat kerplump.
Yeah. At some point, yeah, I do want to move. Yeah, wherever I can stand to get them, like as many of them in the cone as possible, and then I will retreat somewhere.
Okay. What's the DC? I can look real quick. Okay, so roll your damage. So I need or I think you can just click on it at the second level to cast it, and we'll get a nice big pile of damage. That was at first. Did you want to do the second level?
Oh, did I do? Oh, I didn't mean to do it at first. Dang it.
Okay, just re-roll
The
as the
one
second.
below it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was in the wrong
Excuse me.
category. Okay.
We'll just count
My
it
bad.
as whatever you roll for this one with the extra d6. Hopefully it'll be
My bad.
higher. So 11 damage.
This could all be related to the spider plant.
Me.
He's just having, you know, it
Oh, all the ones count as 2s. Don't forget.
Oh, they do?
You do?
For your fire mastery.
Oh, from Fire Mastery. Okay, so that's 12.
That's right. I forgot I picked that.
How do we see the actual number there?
If you click on the bar, it'll show what built it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Any of those ones will become 2s.
Oh, okay. 4d6 is an average of 12, not counting your ones. Do you want to re-roll it? Ear's got your back on it. He just threw a re-roll at you.
I mean, I can. What do you guys think? You think yes?
You're currently
Yeah.
below average on your damage.
Yeah, you could do better than that.
Okay,
All right then.
throw it.
Hey, if he's paying, you're rolling.
so yeah, I do.
True. Hey, that was much
Oh
better.
man.
Nice.
Hey. Yay,
Mother
thank you.
loving.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Wow.
that's Gaunt Zombies 1, 2, and 3. Now 1 actually manages to stumble out of the way of it
Their urinary habits.
and takes half damage.
Commonly, like I said, in young male cats,
But everybody else is taking everyone else hit takes the full brunt of it.
going on in these cats is that they can develop
And 3.
these crystals
That was a heck of a roll.
easily pass out of the urine.
And you want to check because you don't want to have cast it as many times as you did. So make sure you're record keeping on that one. Once again, you are sliding into the MVP status.
Pink at the end. I don't know why they developed that. It's
So
the cat's existence.
rock on.
There's a little pink
Okay, that is Samara's action, and then you're moving into the room, I presume.
as they pass through the urethra out of the body, they can kind of create a little sand.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
I am moving.
All right.
And they can cause a blockage.
Frederick's up.
And in
All right. So there's someone in melee with me, so shooting is not good.
I don't. You have
No, it burst out of that coffin that you were like bumped up against.
cats that have this issue are frequenting the litter box.
Can I swap to?
going to produce urine other places in the
I don't know.
but they will go to the litter box, they will try to urinate and they can't, and they will strain to do this.
I'm gonna move
Sometimes they will,
into the room
sometimes
Okay.
they won't. Sometimes they'll just kind of mope around the house.
and then put my mark on the
I don't
old man and shoot him.
the emergency at this point. But
Okay.
we said that his belly was firm. That could be that his belly is painful.
He's going to take a swing as you're moving in a full move, so he's going to take a swing as you back away from him.
Uncomfortable in the belly, and
That's
And
fair. I
yeah,
was like, I don't want to. Realistically, I'd have to like
firm because
lower the bow, put it away, grab my weapons. I'm like, that's not happening.
what is Frederick's AC?
if
16.
16. All right. It's yeah. You duck underneath its claws as it swings ineffectually at you.
Aha! Shortness wins again.
He was close. There definitely was some some beard got caught in a claw.
Or if he goes to the litter box and cries.
And you
Or even goes to the litter
a
box
12 is not going to be enough.
without going.
Okay.
Though I would
12 is close, but not going to hit. Thanks for hanging out, Umbra. Thanks for bringing everybody. I really appreciate you bringing your viewers over here to hang out with us tonight. Hopefully they have a good time with the D&D. You've got 4 rerolls available to you. Do you want to burn one on that, or you want to keep going?
I think that since it's been an hour and a half since he's
No, it's good.
Okay, it's too early, right?
I mean, I ran away from a zombie and took the shot I kind of had. I mean, it feels right.
Okay, 4 is going to lumber, and it will catch up with you
give him a little bit of
and take a swing. Yes, I think it will.
or some canned food
Okay, that's not good.
or even some
That's not bad. Give me a con save.
pureed baby food. It's usually the second stage baby food that is the chicken and turkey.
Can't see it. It's under my dice.
It's an 11. That is good enough. No additional ill effects from the stench of these things, but you do take 5
They
damage.
sneaky.
His little
Yeah, they're
Not
that
very-
same gaunt, gross stuffs. Oh, hey, Floofy.
moose. So
Been a bit.
try to time
The second zombie, this is zombie number 4, which is... Oh, that was 4. 2
but I would definitely
is going to... has an action then. That's this one. It's going to lumber towards Dagon and do its thing ineffectively.
Aha!
As it just sort of like swings and misses.
see any of the signs that I mentioned that he's straining in the litter box, trying to
And that then gets us to Dagon's action.
in the litter box, or he gets
You miss. Let me show you how it's done.
if he seems at all.
And 2 is the one that's like on you is the one that got the most toasted.
Perfect. I will. I'll take a swing at him with my long sword.
Okay.
Always great about letting you feel their bellies.
Let's throw that down there, and a total of a 20 will definitely hit for 10
10 more damage. Is he
Yeah.
still standing?
If you feel if
Yes.
it's getting progressively worse over the
Sheesh.
course of the evening, or you see
Remember, these guys are tough. They're like mostly bone and sinew. There's not a lot of flesh to hack at.
emergency signs, take him
They're like naturally internally armored.
Otherwise, plan
Internally armored.
and get him seen.
All right, well, I'm about to take his internals out with the spiked shield. Just kind of plow it into him.
Makes sense. You've really come to like this combo. I didn't expect it to catch on so well.
Same.
I kind of wanted to do 2 spike shields.
I
Yeah, then you get what +4 AC then, right?
Dual wield.
I don't think that's how that works, but
That's not how that
it
works.
would look really cool.
Okay, we'll put him over in the
But yeah, if he gets worse over the course of the evening,
there we go.
he
We'll just drop him over there.
is he throwing up again?
We'll put him in the
Then
kill.
what I will scrape him off of my shield, and I would like to get right behind that zombie that came in behind Frederick and Samara, and just try to block that entryway.
Sitting there trying to throw up, or is
Try to block what?
Block that entry so those other zombies don't come in behind him.
Okay, so you're gonna turn your back to the room and just kind of create a shield wall.
Yep.
I like that plan. I approve of it.
yeah, and if he's
3
vomiting,
is this one.
if it's been on out,
He's going to lumber up, and he's going to actually kind of throw his arms up over your shield and lunge in to try to gnaw on your face
not eat drinking water.
ineffectively.
So that would be another indication that maybe he needs to go into the
And the other one, let's see here,
How
zombie
rude.
1. The nimble one is going to come in, and he's going to try to slash under your shield, try to catch some leg muscle.
definitely recommend feeding him a little bit of
And
He's a leg man. Or leg Zed.
wow, is not getting through that,
shown to be a very good preventative
which is unfortunate. Azteki, you have an action, sir.
I like to back up with the girl in my arms to get back to where Frederick and Samara are.
Okay.
And can I bless the party?
That's a great question. Rules as written would suggest, as I check your spell list, that bless is going to require a semantic component. So you're going to have your hands free.
What if he just like tosses the girl up in the air, does his little
and then
voodoo
catches
real
her?
quick?
Okay, so you have two choices. You can try to juggle the girl while doing your bless, or you can just throw her haphazardly over your shoulder and hope you don't break her.
But yeah, most of the time when we
Well, I mean, can he use some of his move to put her down?
I don't think that's his plan.
Okay, I just.
Yeah,
right. Two
I'll
necromancers
do
in
the
one combat.
over the shoulder thing if you want me to roll.
Okay.
See if I break her.
No, she goes over your shoulder, and you start to cast. So holy water goes up in the air. Everyone is sprinkled with it. It affects everyone but yourself, and you have to concentrate to maintain it. So this is your one spell that's concentration based, and if you take damage, there's a non-zero possibility the bless will end. Zombie number 5, who's this one over in this zone, is going to come lumbering in, and he's going to throw himself at you because he can, and is not getting through your armor. I don't think they need to use Dagon as a bait. They've created kind of a nice little security wheel.
When did he eat turkey meat?
Give them credit. And now it falls to the crazy old man.
I'm very scared to see what he's gonna do.
Oh no, he's the Undertaker. He's gonna do like choke slams and whatever other things you do in wrestling.
Yeah, he's gonna do some crazy stuff.
Please tell me he climbs up on those crates and then does a pile driver.
He body slams us. Whoa!
It's not that bad.
I'm telling you, Mean Gene.
You know, Undertaker is a title that's been used by lots of things other than a pro wrestler. I'm just saying.
In context.
Okay,
He's
for
a wrestler.
his action, Asteki, you are going to need to give me a there it is. A wisdom save, please.
Okie dokie.
He's going to target you, which is probably not the wisest one to target, but you're the easiest to lock eyes with.
I would like to re-roll, please.
Okay. Going right to the Book of Fates. You're not going to let everyone else debate on that one? Okay. Well, you can start spending from the Book of Fates.
You guys okay with me spending one more? All right. Okay, try to make it through one turn. There we go. I finally found my wits about me.
Okay.
Holy wits, Batman.
The book now is into your spent pile. He, as you lock eyes with him for a moment, you can see where he rises up a bit. The hair seems to grow on either side of his head from under his hat, and his eyes glow with this sick, deathly green. And for a moment, you feel a supernatural fear overtake you inside your bones. You're able to shake it off, but there's a moment where you start to wonder if perhaps there is more to him than you had initially bargained. And thank you for that, Ear. We've got a little more into the Book of Fates to kind of help keep us going tonight. The next action now is going to fall to Samara.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Another cone of flame like that, I think, would be great. Right on those 3.
Oh, the 3 that like are behind us.
Yeah.
Will it reach? But and it won't hurt Dagon, right?
Right, because
Yeah,
you're
because if
you're a pro at shaping it around
you're
there.
a firebender.
Okay, and it'll reach all of them, right?
Unless I'm wrong about the range. 15 feet. Yeah, they're within 15 feet.
Okay. Okay. I could do another one. Should I stick with level 2? Or
I thought it was pretty effective.
Okay.
Yeah, it worked well
That was
last time.
totally up to you.
Oh,
all right, we'll do it. We'll do it.
This is an Arvada.
Might as well.
Animal
Okay.
care.
They get some saves, so that's still 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let me make a note here. 3 is the one that came into the room.
This place costs an arm and a leg. We hate them. So it's the phone number.
And 1 is the one that's dead.
If you have paper.
So that's 2, 3,
Okay, 303
4,
420
and then 5 is over here.
87.
All right, did the damage go down yet?
It is
No, I just rolled him.
Okay, there it goes.
West 64th Avenue.
And that is nice. Okay, let's see how they do. So who did I say it was? 2, 3, and 4. So for zombie 2, nope, 2's dead. So that must be 1.
People, I don't know about your area, but I
So 1
service everybody across the US.
takes full damage.
Have a very long wait.
Zombie 3
Tell you like it's gonna be 4 hours before you can be seen.
takes half damage.
Before you head there, you know. So I would call
And zombie 4
and I can give you a
is going to take
stated. They're probably a little far.
half damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but you might want them.
Nimble mothers.
The veterinary emergency group, and that's
They
All right.
are for being undead.
Frederick.
All right.
Okay. So their phone number is 720.
Wish I hadn't cast my mark on the necromancer case. I don't think I can get to him.
9834.
I guess.
Sure. 98.
I'm gonna switch to
And this is called veterinary
sword and board
emergency group.
and try to push through to him.
At 3845 East
Okay.
Colfax Avenue. COL.
So that kicks your AC up to 18.
And then
18.
Okay.
um,
And you're going after the one right in front of you, I presume.
Lakewood and one is in
No, I'm gonna just see if I can get to the necromancer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Get to the necromancer.
this one is
Well, there's one that's going to take a swing at you as you go charging across the space, but
services. Yeah, this one has 3.4 stars. That's
you could do that. He'll take the swing as you charge past him.
their phone number is 303
And he is going to connect.
3912.
But he was Naruto running.
He was. That's not how that works. He's going
I
to
don't
connect
know
for
that.
11, and then I need you to
Ouch.
give me a con save.
That hurts a lot.
Okay. Oh, there's a bunch more. Oh my goodness. Okay. And there's one in Englewood and one in Westminster. Is either of those nearby? Westminster? Okay. That is Northside Emergency Pet.
I'm going to let that sit for a second. Okay.
2 ratings. That's
Roll it again.
Their phone number is 303
Chat to the rescue.
Yep.
That's worse.
Oh,
That's worse.
that went the wrong
Uh-oh.
way.
and that's North
Freddy got zombie syphilis.
Hey, it's not zombie syphilis. It's more like zombie
Avenue.
itis or something. I don't know.
Got the itis.
West 124th Avenue. Yes.
You feel the claw catch you in your arm, and instead of like rolling away from it, you step into it because you were mid stride, and it digs into your back, and just the searing pain overtakes you, and you drop to a knee as you just start to retch. And what was once beautiful flavors from that amazing brunch laid out suddenly becomes like the bile coming up in your throat has like a cinnamon aftertaste to it,
Okay.
which is not a combination you want right now. And it's
That's
I love the
cinnamony
description.
delicious.
it's all you can do to keep it down.
Just remember, I think we get bonuses for
Oh, for
saves.
saving throws. Yeah, D4.
Oh, good save, Asteki. Go ahead and roll a d4. We'll apply it to your highest
I mean,
roll.
I love the description.
Curse that bless.
I spent a whole turn with it.
It's true, you did. You
Curse
spent a
that
whole time to
bless.
do it.
You shake off. Okay, you still think you're going to puke. but you shake it off enough to fight on because, damn it, you're a fucking dwarf.
Right. I'm immune to poison.
And I'll break out like a little bag and be like, "Hey man, if you're gonna spew into this."
Thanks, party mom.
Okay. Give me your attack roll against
Curious, where
the
did you
Undertaker.
keep said little bag? Where was it
They
tucked
come
away
out
in
of
your
his
armor?
shield.
Yeah.
His shield has a dispenser.
Has a dispenser and it just pulls them out.
That's it.
Hey,
You got
he's
some
got Kleenex in there.
and little spew bags.
Right. Yeah,
For
he's
some
got a
reason,
little
an
bag in
airline
there.
crash manual, like the airline safety manuals in there. I don't know
A couple
why.
of those mini bottles of mouthwash.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your attack roll on the Undertaker.
I got 14 to hit plus the 3 from the bless.
14 to hit is going to connect.
And then 11 damage.
And another 4 from the bonus. Standard paladin kit, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's like the Batman utility belt, except it's a shield and it's full of
It's
just
like
the
a-
most
it's like a-
random stuff.
Hey,
It's more like a camper fanny pack than like a Batman.
like it got some
It's very
balloons in
useful.
here.
Yeah. 5-hour energy, granola
get him
bar.
off the table. Okay, number 4 is the one that's on top of Samara. So since Frederick took off, it gets its free shots at her.
I would
And
like to intercede.
You're holding the lady.
You are
I
not.
would like to intercede with the lady. No,
Okay.
no,
No. You can. Hey, at my table,
I do not want to do that.
you
I do
can
not want to.
try.
I want to
anything.
save the lady.
But I would, if you know what, here's how we're gonna play it. Give me a, in this moment, I will need you to quickly roll. How about a acrobatics check? It's the closest skill. It's not. It's for you. It's basically still a dex roll. That is not good enough.
Oh no.
Now you don't break anything, but you just
You just can't do
you
it.
can't manage a woman over your shoulder, a shield, and a flail, and turn around enough to then get in front of Knebula.
I'm trying.
Just put her in the coffin, man. The guy said he would pay you. Just do the thing.
After the words were said, like, all right, so you pick her up. What are you gonna do? I'm like, maybe I should have put her in the coffin. She's much safer in there.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, just put her in the coffin. I feel like
I totally did not play that right at all. I wasn't ready to be
No, you
center
know
of
what?
attention.
This is
and I
how-
got like
He
all
does have to
giggly.
try.
yeah, this is how you get there. You know what I mean? You have to do the best you can, and sometimes it comes from failure. It's all good.
Okay, this one comes in, and despite the best efforts, it manages to get the attack through.
You gonna throw up your shield?
I would like to throw up my shield.
Okay.
Release
You can see that it's about to
anything.
fall on you, and it is pushed back as that wall of energy forms in front of you out of the palm of your hand, and you take a step in towards it and force it back towards the door. It's a +5 AC, right?
Yeah.
Like you-
I believe so.
Yep. And it's there for the
Yes.
rest of the round until your turn comes up again, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Until
I'll
the
put
start
a
of my next
note
turn.
so I don't forget. 'Cause I tend to forget these things.
And then while you're putting notes, you might put DR3 for me.
Oh, thank you. I'm always forgetting to add that in there.
ER3.
It's the only thing that makes up for my 24 hit points.
Fine, though, yeah. Dagon's got an action now.
All right. I'm gonna turn to number 4 and just try to take him out. Nobody beats up my wizard.
Okay. Do you want to kind of maneuver out of the center of all three of them?
No, Dagon likes being the center of zombie attention.
Okay, I can respect that.
Dagon's like, give me your best shot.
Oh, time to crank up the Pat Benatar. Oh. Another swing and a miss. You've got another 3 rerolls handy.
I did not know we had that many.
Yep.
Yeah, might as well do it.
Yeah, smoke them while we got them.
The hand axe will definitely hit. Do you want to reroll the longsword?
Yeah, I'll re-roll the longsword.
Okay.
Ooh, toasty.
That's better.
Okay, so give me damage for both of them then. I also hear a superiority die coming.
You heal
Yep,
it or
definitely. I'm gonna blow one if he's not dead. I want to knock him back. So I'm gonna do the shoving attack, and then I'll on the shield. I think that looks cooler.
14 is not going to finish him off. So you bash him with the shield and push him back more. And then
There's another 8 damage, and then it's a strength saving throw.
Ooh, you got
DC
max.
13.
he holds his ground though.
Punk.
It's like you go to push him with the shield, and like he gets caught on the spike, and you're starting to kind of like angle your arm to keep those claws from getting to you over it. But it definitely, like, as you pull it back, you can just see like hole in it. Which, if this had been a man, he'd be dead now.
We gotta change up our tactics, guys. We were so used to fighting people again. We gotta go back to the undead.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he had perfectly healthy lungs at some time in his life.
One time.
Nice
Well,
clean
back
view
in the
right
day.
there. The tissue's good in pink. Or would be pink. It's gray now because he's been exsanguinated.
You guys, we got a non-smoker here.
Okay, so 3 is the one that is going to just take a swing at Dagon. He connects for 12.
Oh.
Dagon,
These guys hit hard.
I need a saving throw. It's going to be specifically a con save.
Whichever one you want. A saving throw. Nice.
That's solid.
1 or 2.
And the one next to
If I
him
can't save, embarrassed.
is, oops, that's a damage roll. That's the hit is not going to get through. Yeah, boom with the 20 on the save, so 22 total. That's a solid save. And then we come around to Asteki.
I'll take a swing at the zombie in front of us.
So that's number 5.
All right, where's the
You want to
button?
just put the girl down on your turn? But then you won't be as hindered?
I don't want to drop her right on the floor, man.
No, put her back on the table.
You could move there.
I don't want the Undertaker dude to get near her. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I want
He's
to
being
protect
engaged
her.
by a tiny boy with a big red beard.
Hey, the paladin wants to protect the helpless girl who also happens to be a necromancer that tried to
He
kill
tried
you
to
twice.
kill us like 3 times.
Right? But she hasn't
you
done that
wanted to
for a
kill.
couple of days.
It's true. It's
Today,
been
she's
couple
changed
days.
her ways.
She didn't do any more necromancy, although she did teach her necromancy to someone else. Which, I guess, I don't know. That's up to you. Is that
He pulled it from her brain or something. Why are you
How do
making
you
me
know? How do
defend
you know?
my indefensible actions?
Okay. Asteki, I have a quick question. Do you want to? It's up to you. This is your character. But Ear wants to fire off the ban in-game action and make sure the paladin does not abandon the girl through the combat.
I think that's a good plan. That's
All
what
right.
that's what I'm feeling right now.
All right, there we go.
Very paladin of you.
Normally,
Yeah.
people don't use the ban in-game actions during D&D, but what the heck? That one works. And now that I know that if I reject, they get the channel points back, I love it. I really don't feel bad about it because it's like, nope, we can't do that. But absolutely, yeah, totally. So, this fresh zombie that's about to gnaw your face, you're going to take it down.
Yeah. Once I find the button to push.
How hard are you going to take it down?
Oh, I was just gonna hit it with the flail, and I was gonna keep my spells for the Undertaker dude.
Okay. Because remember, these are like hardy zombies. If I kill
They're no joke. They don't go down easy.
Yeah, at full right now? Is the zombie at full? At 5? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
this
should
one's at full.
probably-
This one's
You should probably
untouched.
smite him.
All right, well, I hit it for 10.
You
I
hit
think.
it for 10. That's hey, that's
Do
10 more
do.
damage than it had on it before. You have to kill the paladin first. No, please don't kill the paladin. We
Do
have,
I have to kill him? You have to ban me from killing the girl because you haven't done that yet.
all right,
It wouldn't be the first time I said I was going to do it either.
oh,
I don't know why my
Ooh.
nose is so itchy.
wow. I actually never managed to hit Asteki. This is crazy.
That's not true.
That makes sense. Okay, Asteki, I need a con save.
Can do.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh,
That's a good con save.
How'd your,
that's a natural
go?
20.
Wow.
That's you know what?
See, I was rewarded for saving the girl.
Yes. Yes.
Let's see what
In
the
fact-
Raven lady has to say about that.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to -3. I'm going to, not only did you pass the effects of its poison, I'm giving you back half the hit points of damage
Nice.
Oh,
from a
wow.
critical success on that con save. And I'm going to, no, okay. Quick question mechanically. Do you want to roll your concentration checks for Bless, or do you want the computer to do that?
Oh, yeah, I want to roll it. So what do I have to do?
It's another Constitution save.
Oh, okay.
Now, just for the record, this time the computer rolled a 17.
Oh, okay.
But 14 also will pass. Okay. So, yeah, whenever you take damage, there's a chance you're going to lose your Bless. And because I have the concentrating tag up, it, like, automatically said, by the way,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's actually really cool.
I know.
I thought it'd be good to do it because that
Yep.
way everybody can see.
Yep.
But if it auto does whatever, then that's
Well,
cool
no,
too.
I'll remind you to roll, and we'll take your roll.
okay.
But it'll automatically prompt me to do that. And I just linked this app I'm using for the combat down there. This is like the best thing I've ever found for Dungeons and Dragons. I actually became a Patreon to get the graphics overlays too. And I figured $5 a month I can throw at the dude. He made a great tool that I use the crap out of. So I have dumber. I'm still paying like $11 for Warcraft. I haven't logged in 19 months. So
Right.
Make sure your
You're
account is
still
safe
paying
because
for it, are
I
you?
did the same and I got hacked.
oh, I'm sure my guys have nothing left, but I'll just send them an email and say, hey, could you restore my character to their status from 2 years ago? And they'll go, okay.
They didn't for me. I asked 4 times.
They didn't.
They did not.
Oh, they've changed their policies, the rat bastards.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that Frederick is on top, take it easy, Scott. Glad to have you hanging out tonight. True. He is going to lash out at Frederick with clawed hands. And
I'll keep him off you, bro.
so a swing and a swing, and you've got your shield up, right?
Yes.
All right. And he is ineffective at getting through your defenses.
Yes.
But he is-
tiny red beard.
Shockingly spry for an old man.
That's it. Dance off.
Samara's back up.
Maybe. Am I taking out? What am I gonna? I don't know. There's still the 3. They're still alive. Jeez.
Hit him with
Zombies,
some
man.
more fire.
I can't believe they're still alive.
They are
made their
indeed still
saves that
alive.
last time.
They're, yeah, I mean, pretty bloodied, but
Yeah. Well, if you hit them with one more fan of flames or what is it, burning hands, and they just
burning them down.
drop, that would be great. You're just giving them that like amazing elven massage, but they just don't appreciate it.
Your chicks in France paid top dollar for this.
Exactly. Come on.
Well, I think
It's
I want
actually
to. I think
like-
I want to save at least one second level spell slot.
Oh
for
yeah,
the
no,
old
just
dude.
use the level one.
I'll just use the first level one.
Remember when we were doing character creation and there was an incident where you used magic and it had to be covered up? That's my headcanon now. You were doing one of your magic elven fire massages and it just went terribly wrong.
All right. So 1, 3, 4, huh?
I didn't see that.
So zombie 1 is going to see if he can. No, he's not. He takes the full brunt of it. And he is gone.
Hi.
Zombie 3 is going to be gone no matter what.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's where he's at. And zombie 4 is also gone.
Nice.
No matter what. I don't even need to. No, they can't even make their saves. They were far enough down that even half damage removes them from the table. As the flames, as you throw your thumbs together again and just, actually, you never stopped. You've been doing this steady the entire time. You've been maintaining this channel of flames that you've been able to weave into pockets around Dagon. So as he retreated in the room, you really haven't stopped this non-stop flamethrower you've been throwing out there.
I feel like once the fire subsides, Dagon is still just like flailing wildly because he can't see anything but fire, and he's bald now, and he's like singing and smoking everywhere.
It's just the
Is it
same.
over? Is it over?
When he's just doing try beam over and over again.
Conjure water is for priests. That's their shtick.
He does have an ice bolt.
Frederick.
Sometimes.
I have Ray of Frost.
Yeah, Ray of Frost.
What's Frederick doing?
I'm gonna swing some more. Let's go, old man.
You still sword and boarding on him?
I don't want to die to his crazy old man hands.
Okay.
They look really cold and pointy.
Okay. Welcome, Cootie, by the way.
What?
15 is going to be enough to connect.
Boss.
For a total of, this is where he gets hurt a lot.
18.
18. That is not anything to laugh at. He definitely feels that. Dagon's up.
All right, let's charge up the side Azteki there,
Okay.
and yeah, I'll see if I can take this zombie out.
Okay. See if we can take care of that guy. Let me clean up a little bit of the board. There we go. That's a hit. That's damage. Jeez, there's only one zombie left. You guys made real short work of these guys. Another 7.
Yeah, it was all the
I'm
flame
gonna
action.
burn one of my dice too, so I'm gonna add a D8 to that.
Okay.
It was 100% Samara.
And I'll do goading attack, so he
Has
has
okay.
disadvantage.
I thought I turned those down. That was really loud. And thank you, by the way, while he's sorting out how much damage he's adding to that, thank you for bringing your Prime subscription, Goody. You can take that anywhere, and I appreciate that you decided to share that Prime with us. And so how much more damage did you just put on this guy?
It's 3 more damage.
Okay.
And actually, I changed my mind. I want to trip him.
Okay. So he's not chasing anybody if he doesn't make a strength save, right? Or is it Dex?
That is a... a strength saving throw. DC 13.
He's got the same bonus to either of them, and he doesn't pass either one. So he's down.
There we go. Now you get advantage on him, Azteki.
All right, Azteki,
Nice.
you're up.
All right, I'll swing
Yeah,
at the
bring
trip
flail
zombie.
down.
Now that he's down, you just bash on him.
Yeah, why not?
Good to go. Let him have it.
While you guys dogpile one zombie, I'm like, hey guys, There's a pro wrestler trying to kill me over here.
There's the big boss over here.
I don't know. Am I
The old dude
attacking?
keeps trying to put his hands on me.
Roll again because you have advantage.
Oh, okay.
You get to roll twice, and we take the better of the two. And that is going to connect. Give me some damage.
All right, cool.
Does she usually walk around this time?
And that
I'm
eliminates
hitting hard.
him.
I'm taking it.
Bam. He's off the board.
Yay!
He goes
That's how
over
we do it.
into the deaded pile. That's a good combo. Trip,
Yeah, the only reason I'm asking
trip and then crush. Trip and then crush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kind
I
of like
looked at
wind
the-
it up and then smash.
I looked at the initiative order and I was like, oh, Azteki's next. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna trip him.
I mean, if she's
I like it.
I think a gentle walk. Would
Okay. So, I believe this now falls
yeah, I would think a potty break would be
to the crazy old man.
dying for a walk. Just so that
I think at this point he is going to have to kick out something kind of fun.
The jams?
Yeah, he's going to disengage as his move action.
Good choice.
He's going to point his fingers at the gate over by the boat and screech a couple of command words. And as he does so, you watch as a series of large black tendrils swarm out of the muck of the sewers and start to reach for Knebula
No.
to pull her into the swamps or into the sewers. There, you can see where the green, sickly gross is dropping off of them, and they're moving incredibly fast.
Can you misty step away?
Yeah, like no thanks.
Do
I
they
mean-
look like a creature, or does it look like some sort of like spell effect?
It looks like picture a giant squid, and then give it then give it like gangrene,
It's the poop kraken.
and then kind of, I guess you could say that,
The pooping.
the sewer kraken, if it were something like that. But they're more think the scariest scenes you've seen from a Lovecraftian movie. Go that way. It's a Lovecraftian level of horror. So, all right, before you take your action, I need you to give me an intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
And you got the bless.
Is it a check or a save? Because if it's a check, does she
Oh.
get the bless?
It's a save.
Oh, okay. I'm like, which, okay. Which one is the save? This one?
Int, I think he said.
Yep,
Yeah,
intelligence.
this
it's
one.
button.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it this?
Yeah, the one in the saving throws bucks.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Because you
That's
have
what I
a
was like.
bonus to it.
Okay.
I don't even think you need it.
Wow.
You
That's
get it anyway.
really good roll. Okay, do you have the Zoom chat open?
I can.
Okay. Actually, no, I'll just, because I know what you're going to do anyway, so I don't need to make it whisper.
Okay.
This is a really impressive illusion that you can safely ignore.
Okay. Good to know.
No wonder he didn't want to go see a movie. He can make his own movie.
True.
Thank you for the tie-in.
Now, if you didn't see there, in the receptacle of the doorway, you need to pick up your 3D glasses.
So what's your action going to
Is
be?
that why?
I'm wondering, is this girl real?
Okay, wait, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if I know it's an illusion, then I'm going to attack the Undertaker.
Okay.
And
From the Ultra Bolts.
I was going to,
Ultra
yeah.
Bolt.
Ultra bolts.
The Scorching Ray. Is that what you're talking about?
I guess.
Or
The
you
one where
talk-
you shoot 3 things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, from now on, every time you cast that spell, you have to scream, Ultra Bolt!
Was the Ultra Bolt magic missile?
Ultra Bolt, go!
This is more firebending.
It is.
Just picture the,
Alright.
the laser
And-
from Iron Man 2, the red ones. You just cut everything in half.
It's like the dice got stuck.
What did it land on? I'm confused.
You rolled an 11 plus
16.
5 is 16.
Okay, because it was unclear what it landed on my screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
the first one hits and you can roll your damage.
Okay. That was weird.
I'm assuming he's taking all 3 of them.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep rolling
Hey, I
them.
mean, you could totally use one on the girl. Just saying.
You have to roll hit.
You have to
on
roll
each
hit
one?
for the next 2,
Oh,
though.
sorry. I forget that.
Yep. Second
Man,
one is
that one
going
doesn't hit.
to miss.
Well, you can add up
you
to
get your
4 on that,
bless.
right?
Oh, but the bless will make
Yeah,
it a
bless
hit.
would work on that.
Yep, so that's another
Oh, the bless will
9.
make it-
Roll your attack on the 3rd.
No, it was a 14. How dare you?
All right, that
Roll
one you're going to have to
your
roll a d4
bless.
with.
Wait, roll D4?
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
roll
see if you
your,
get just enough
bless.
to creep up into that'll hit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, so we have 2
Yes.
MVPs tonight.
The bless.
The bless, yeah.
Well, it depends how you want to
Bless,
interpret
that
things.
is MVP.
Because that's, I mean, crap. Samara, like, I don't even want to think about totally how much damage she put out tonight.
I
Oh yeah, no, that
just have
burning
to
hand.
say the re-rolls were a big.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
second year.
factor.
That's our other MVP, which is good.
Just wait, one more level, you get Fireball.
I am so
Oh
excited.
man.
And you,
get-
because of
she's
you
gonna get
can't hit your own
Fireball.
people, so we're just gonna be exploding every round.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys just gonna take fireballs left and
And
right.
we all get an extra attack too. We're just
Yeah.
gonna be like hacking and slashing all day.
You say that like I'm not going to be throwing everything at you.
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying it's gonna feel good. It's all about the feel good.
Okay, and as the guy drops, so here's what you see happen. Samara completely ignores the tendrils, which are literally reaching around her and pulling her towards the sewers. Completely ignores them, and just turns, pivots, and starts blasting flames into the old man. And as they connect, the tendrils just sort of like fade into nothingness as he drops in a smoldering slump back up against the summoning table in the corner. You might have had a chance to question him after this, but his face is completely burned off.
I feel like too, because I was gonna do this on Dagon's next turn, but I feel like as she's blasting this guy, Dagon is like leaping into the sewer to attack this tentacle monster, and
300
it disappears just as he's about to hit it.
He's like, ah.
Yeah, we don't have to speak with undead yet, unfortunately. We'll need to get that somehow. Or speak with dead.
Mm-hmm.
We seem to accidentally kill a lot of people we mean to question.
Oh man, another accident.
I didn't think about that before. Went in with the.
We got the necromancer. We just gotta wake her up.
Yeah, but we don't know how to wake her up. I mean, does she automatically wake up because he was the one that cast the spell on her, or what?
I
We gotta
don't
look for
know.
notes,
There's
right? There
like
was
a command word or
so
something.
let's look for.
Well,
let's
that's
look
right.
for
You did
notes.
say there was a command word.
Also, do we need to stabilize her?
No, from my point of view, no. She is still in whatever state she is in.
I was like, we probably have to stabilize her at that point.
Oddly enough, no, she is still in a relative state of, I mean, she's picked up a couple of bruises on her, arms and stuff. You can see little like
She's frail.
brown
She's-
spots starting to form, or purple spots, but it's not significant wounds. She's not bleeding anywhere that you can immediately see. Asteki, where do you put her now that you have time to question? Or are you just going to carry her over your shoulder for a while?
But we assume there's a wagon here, right?
There is not.
Oh, well, the wagon must be from somewhere else. How are we going to find the rest of them if we keep killing the accomplices?
Yeah, I'll put her down on the floor so we can investigate now that it's
Put her on
safe.
the table.
I
Why
don't
put her
like
on
the
the
idea of
floor?
putting her on the table.
But the floor's worse.
For the
As
comments.
long as we don't step on her, it'll be fine. The table weirds me out. Sacrificial
You can put her
table.
in the
If
coffin,
I
it's
ever
her
get knocked out,
size.
don't put me back on the sacrificial table. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. I mean, I see you there, but also like, the floor is not great.
What about the coffin?
There's a pile of sawdust right there. Put her on the pile of sawdust.
We'll put her on the pile of sawdust.
Okay. That's very reasonable. Okay, so you lay her down in the sawdust and attempt to make her comfortable. She still remains in her state of some kind of sleep, at least as near as you can tell, when you do so. What are you looking for?
Something to break the spell.
Okay. And what is your investigation plan? Who's doing what?
Through the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start going through like
I want to look
crates and see
for
what's in all the
spellbooks and
stuff.
stuff.
Okay. Dagon, as you start to rifle through the crates, you break the first one open, and you see racks of wine bottles.
Oh no, not this again.
It's the wine bottle.
No, these are all empty.
They're empty now.
Yeah, racks and racks of empty wine bottles, all ready to be. You find several supplies of corks.
All right, question. Can I use identify on her to see what was asked on her?
She is not a magic item,
Okay. That's
unfortunately.
why I wasn't sure if it were only worked on magic items or like, inanimate,
I think
magic item.
identify you can actually
You can
cast it on a
use-
person to see if there's like a spell on them.
Checking.
You can use Arcana. You acknowledge Arcana to see what kind of spell it might be.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if
It's,
there's
it's for
any way I
items,
could identify.
and it costs 100 gold every time you cast it.
It says if you instead touch a creature
Oh,
throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting
there
him.
you go. I didn't. That's on me. I didn't read the last paragraph.
No, I didn't either till just now.
It's like when you take a test in school and it's like you fill everything out and right at the top it's like read the directions, don't do anything.
Yes, you can.
Just write your name.
If you want to. That is totally something you can do.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
If you guys are okay with it, I would like to use that.
Yeah, figure it out. Maybe there's something we can help her with.
Okay.
It's your spells. You do you. I'm gonna search the room to see if I can find.
I'm
any notes
gonna
about
cast
spells.
identify on her.
Well, Asteki has been pretty protective. It makes sense that you should check with him before you start doing things to the girl. That makes sense.
Yes.
For the
Can
guy
I
who was
cast
winding up to
identify on her?
smite her,
Please do.
he's being oddly. He's like, no one kills her but me.
As long as it's okay with Asteki, then I cast identify on her. Then
Okay. It is a magic you have not seen before. In fact, it's one that it's totally outside the bounds of your evocations. This would fall much more into the category of an incredibly potent hold person spell. Somewhere between hold person and quiet repose, or no, what is it called? I want to say it's quiet repose, but that's not it. It's the one that
Gentle repose.
it keeps you from dying, but puts you into like like stabilizes you if you're near death.
okay.
That's not, I thought gentle
Okay.
repose was to keep something from rotting.
Yes,
So she's kind of like Sleeping Beauty mode right now.
that would be the best description of it. Yes, gentle
Okay.
repose. Target is protected from decay and cannot become undead.
Okay.
However, it also has on top of it a sleep spell intertwined with a hold person spell.
Looks like you're gonna have to give it that kiss, Azteki.
And as near as you can
I'm
tell,
not kissing her.
there is the way the spell is written from what you can get from your identify spell. There is a fail safe in it. There's a break command that has to be cast or stated. It is a verbal command that will end the spell. There does not appear to be any kind of a physical interaction within the way the spell has been created. So there's no like tactile input. It has to be an auditory input. It's
Okay.
not. It's not looking at the keyboard. It's listening to the microphone.
Right. Okay.
Which I found with the hard way Wednesday night. I can't use all these programming analogies because I started to do that and everyone yelled at me a lot.
I follow. Use cooking analogies or car analogies.
Yeah. We found other ones. The password is not 1234. It might be fucking
Yeah,
password.
wake
though.
up.
Password 1234.
I cast the spell of.
Feign Death also might be part of that. I didn't really thought about Feign Death as one of them when I put this together. But for those playing along at home, no, it's not in the spell book, in the source material. I had to make this one up. It's important to the campaign. Okay, meanwhile, Frederick, what are you digging for again?
Notes. See if there's any kind of notes on all the different. We've got a casting table there. Check the charred corpse. See if he had anything written on his person. Look for this glowing lantern that he might have somewhere.
Okay, you start to rifle through the notes. I will need an investigation check. Just to get some additional stuff. You do find multiple...
You get another +2 on there because...
19. Cool.
You know.
You do find the recently scribbled notes for an incredibly potent necromantic zombie raise and control spell. That has been...
fixed it, right?
It's what?
He fixed it, right? So that he can control him?
As when you show the notes to Knebula, she's able to confirm, or to Samara. Frederick and Samara put their heads together like, yep, that he found the bug in the code and squashed it. But we're talking like brand spanking new writing. So like these notes were probably made within the last couple of hours, if that. You also find...
Can Knebula summon zombies now?
If Samara wanted to, she could probably recreate this spell if she wants to like add it to her spell book.
Like the paladin would not be happy with this.
Just here, just in the distance. I do not approve.
Actually, Neb, can you have Samara throw a quick Arcana check?
Sure.
Just for giggles as you work on this. Feign Death is a good spell that I thought about using for this, but I think Feign Death has too short of a duration. And that's why I didn't. And I will add into this that part of the thought process behind this was that it's going to last for, as we mentioned, this is an indefinite enchantment. It's going to go on until it is reversed. So there is no time limit on this one. Duration 1 hour. Yeah, so this is like a Feign Death that's been built out to last potentially months. Which kind of sucks. 10. Okay, with that, Samara will figure out quickly that she can throw the spell in her spell book. There's definitely something in the code that qualifies what can be used as a potential subject for the raising. You're going to have to come back to this in another week or two to try again to make sense of it, to figure out what that qualifier is, if you want to continue to study necromancy and experiment with it.
Well, it might be good, reference for future, I don't know, encounters, and just in case.
I am not cool with this.
We need to distract the paladin.
It's
Summon
like
an army of
research.
zombies.
We need to know our enemy. And if we have an enemy within our ranks, we really know them.
Exactly. That's for knowledge. So
My wizard is not turning into a necromancer.
So we could study our enemies further and understand them better.
No, we smash enemies.
Clearly.
What if we did it like X-Men, their training room? She summons some zombies and you go smite them.
No.
He had a moment though. He was like,
No.
I think once you figure out the spell's really crafted specifically for completely exsanguinated corpses, that would probably be a bit of a deal breaker all by itself.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing that anytime soon.
Nope. Nope. And again, in a week, you can come back and try to decode more of it if you want to. That's at your leisure. There are otherwise extensive notes, like meticulous notes, maintaining the a ledger of bodies that they're brought in, and they meet one of two fates. They are either processed or shipped. And at the bottom of the ledger, the most recent entry is she never got a family name, did she? Let me check.
Are you talking about the vampire or her?
This character, the young necromancer. I don't think she got a family name.
It was something long. It was like Von something.
Wasn't it Augustoga or something?
That would be the vampire.
Never mind.
She is listed in the Coven of One. She needs a last name. So let me quickly get a last name for her, and I will tell you what it says in the book.
Jerkenstein.
Oh, she's not in that bad a shape.
Backstabs a lot.
Oh. That's not bad. Okay. It's Petra. It's the last entry has today's date, and it says Petra Wardanova.
Good. I'm glad her gums are nice and pink. That's good.
Dash.
Obviously, she seems
Shipped.
like she's feeling pretty well. She's
He's
Well,
like
you ruined that plan.
the Amazon of corpses
And blood.
and blood. Yeah.
As you
Oh,
can,
I'm sorry. You need a next day delivery on the blood, and it's going to be extra. Unless you have Blood Prime, of course.
it
Free
looks.
shipping for vampires.
Yep.
You also, as you begin to examine the other table in the room, you can see that there is in the corner. There are various jars and vats for collection. And as you make a closer inspection of the piles of sawdust, you can see where bodies were hung near the sewer grate to be drained. And then the sawdust was used to clean up anything that wasn't successfully collected. And more than likely, the bloodied broom tucked up in the corner indicates that anything collected in the sawdust was probably simply swept out into the sewer. So a very efficient operation. Going down the ledger, it also appears that about 1 in 3 are processed and the rest are shipped at a rate of about 1 a week.
Nothing in the notes about where, just as shipped.
I'm gonna need an investigation check at that point now, as you're trying to make more sense of the notes in the ledger.
You can probably start to transition her back to her regular food, but you may want to add some canned pumpkin or some psyllium powder to her diet for the next few
Van
days.
Prime, yes.
Continue to firm up as you transition her back to her
Van Prime.
food.
That's funny.
And how much does she weigh?
That's a keeper. All right. The processing clearly has like additional marks that indicate when members of the WFG will be picking up shipments and when times to meet them.
But yeah, I would give your vet a call.
Guys, I don't think it's pig blood.
Where she is in her progress. Let them know about that.
As far as where the bodies are go when they're shipped, there's no direct record. There seems to be references to particular docks and particular parts of the port, indicating that once they're taken out through the sewers, they're more than likely put on a ship and put out to sea.
Because I can see it going either way. But it sounds
There are no records here that indicate much beyond that, other than when they are removed from this particular facility.
well, that's
All right, guys.
Let's
I think we
search
should
the
take
old
her
dude.
home.
no, I appreciate your concern about.
All right.
I thought I searched the old dude.
I don't think anybody searched him yet.
You've been going through his records, I thought.
Oh, I meant him as well, but
Okay.
just his records is fine too.
All right. Dagon can have the honors of the investigation check then.
Oh no.
No, I want
By
to see
all
how you do.
means.
Let Dagon be the first to search the body. This will be fun.
Grab his wallet as one does.
Oh, it's okay. All right,
4.
Dagon struggles to find the body. Like
He's pretty torched.
you
He's
look-
pretty torched though.
There it is.
You look over and he's searching the coffin, and you're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm searching the old guy."
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
He's silver here.
Yeah, over here.
I'm gonna,
It must be all the
With your-
sewer
with
shit in
the-
my eyes.
with that new information, do you want to roll again?
Somebody else should roll. I have a negative
I
to
guess.
my roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll go over and try to check out
Okay.
old dude.
While you're rolling that, thank you, Hazelsaurus, for adding us to your channel as a host. I appreciate letting everybody have a chance to experience Dungeons and Dragons with us this evening, as we're coming up on the end of our session. We have a little bit more to go. I think we have some serious planning and role play to get to here. But I'm going to get out of the way. Shut up for a bit. Turn my mic off and watch. Everyone gets really nervous now. You start to go through his pockets. You find about maybe 20 gold total
Yes.
among his gold and silver.
Hey.
He's
you
not poorly paid. He probably has a stash somewhere in town. You do find a house key, amongst other things. He doesn't live here. He comes to work every day like anyone else. You
Let's
also
go see if he has a family to interrogate.
Oh yeah, let's go Jack Bauer on him. That's a good plan.
Well, we killed the guy we needed to question. Well, how are we gonna figure this out?
Because clearly his 9-year-old has all the answers.
We don't know if he has a 9-year-old. How are we gonna find out?
I'm gonna shut up and let Asteki deal with that one.
Just shooting more people in the leg, man. I just can't.
I'll just pin him. We won't just Dutch so they'll get
Yep.
away.
That's
It's
right.
fine. I'll use my snipe ability that lowers my accuracy by 5, but increases my damage by 10. It's really good for pinning people down.
Or blowing off their legs.
Yeah.
Very effective against 9-year-olds as well, I might add.
You can't unshoot people. We've had that conversation. It's in the clips. So you go ahead and continue going through his stuff. So you find the money. No sign of an interesting lamp because that was really just there to make the miniature look cool.
Aw.
Yeah, sorry. There is a folded piece of parchment which has scribbled on it in lead pencil a note about something regarding the pickups and some days and times. And they go back a pretty good distance. And they always seem to fall in line with the dates that match up in the ledger within a day or two of when when a processing has occurred. So there seems to be a record there of when a wagon would be arriving to remove a body and dump it somewhere else.
So yeah, then a body somebody would be coming to pick up, theoretically this lady's Petra's body.
No, this
And-
one's a ship, it's not a process.
Oh, this was a ship? Okay, never mind.
She's still intact. But on the other hand, you don't want to dump a bunch of dead bodies in a sewer right outside your place of operations.
Yeah, no,
I
of
don't
course.
know, he just moves into a different part of the sewer. Seems a little weird.
Well, safer than just having a pile of bodies
I
outside.
mean, if you could turn the bodies into zombies.
Well, he can
Oh,
now.
he just learned how to do that.
He can now, or he
He
could.
can't do anything now.
Yeah, he could. Not anymore.
He's
He's dead.
true.
He might as well be necromancer jerky at this point. Actually, no, it's more like necromancer brulee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also in this person, you find a recently written note that states I don't know how much longer we can maintain this. More pressure is needed to find the cure. I'm losing faith it exists. I don't know how much longer I can pay you to see this for her. Please write back at your earliest convenience an alternative arrangement for my daughter.
Oh.
It is signed Fletcher. Oh, sorry. It is signed August Fletcherson.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's the guy's daughter.
You have a name now.
It's not just any name, it's a specific person that we've already dealt with. It's the governor dude who said, don't go to the castle. Don't go to the castle, there's nothing there except for my vampire daughter.
Now, for the record, everyone has told you that.
That's true. Everybody who we've like asked, it's like, no, it's just
No, the one person told
Sorry.
us to go there.
Hmm.
From Sophie's Girls, that's why we appreciate them.
Well, she said that everyone, you said, are there rumors? And she said, well, everyone talks about the ghost in the castle.
Exactly. She didn't say not to go there.
Well,
She respects our dream.
the next thing she said was, but no one believes that.
Well, I mean, the rumors were incorrect. There was a vampire there.
True. Absolutely true.
Don't believe everything you hear on Twitter.
So now what?
Well, I took my 5 gold, my share.
We're not expecting you to share it. We know that you're going to spend it at Sophie's Girls' place. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they can just carry it there for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So at this point now you have established that this man is being paid by the harbor master to do what he's doing here.
Then why did he send us to investigate the zombies? Oh, maybe he doesn't know the specifics.
Yeah.
Also, like, we definitely need to tell the vampire that she's drinking human blood, if she didn't already know. It didn't sound like she knew.
Yeah, I don't think she knew.
Or
But,
he
you know.
wanted us to die, possibly.
Well, either way, it sounds like we have to go pay said harbor master a visit. No?
His daughter got out. Where do you think she went?
I don't know. I don't know if she would necessarily go to him. She might not. I don't know.
Either him or the Fangs, but I mean, like, they were finding a cure. And well, maybe he has the cure now, right? We need it. There are some adventurers that match our description, people who he's seen more than once, unfortunately.
I also wouldn't be opposed to looking for this guy's house.
Yeah, we can go lay low in his house for a night at least.
Oh, the guy that we just killed?
Yeah, because he had a house key on him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could do that. Or we could see if there's anything else in his house that might be useful. I don't know.
Also, if we are going to make a ballsy play and go talk to the harbor master, you should definitely pour him a glass of the wine you got from his friend. Oh yeah, the fancy wine. They were bottling it in it was like a really cool, like, underground, like, air-cooled area. It was really great for making good wine. You should really try some.
It's a really great dark red blend.
It's a
That's
great
harsh,
vintage.
man. That's really, really harsh.
Yeah, that's super dark. And then we
He's
shoot
not
him in the
gonna
leg.
drink it. He's gonna know.
That's like Cartman feeding the kid his parents. Like, ground him up.
He's not gonna drink it. He's gonna recognize the bottle probably and be like, "Oh God, you know." It's not meant to be like, "Hey, drink blood."
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna feed the guy like a bit of his own medicine or something like that, which I
It's
guess
just
I
a-
could get
it's a
behind,
threat.
but
It's just a
I don't
threat.
know. I want to bring him to justice. You know, you can't go around hiring people to murder people to keep your daughter alive. It doesn't
Wouldn't be
doesn't
opposed to
seem
feeding
like it's the
somebody else
Raven
blood, because then
way.
at least I'm not the only one
You're
to
not
drink
alone.
this blood.
Have you been keeping it chilled? Is it becoming gross now?
And then we got
Yeah, it probably is
something
pretty
with
nasty.
Sleeping Beauty too. What are we gonna do with Sleeping Beauty?
I figure we
I'm telling
take
you, you gotta kiss her. That's the command.
I'm not kissing her. That's not consensual. That is not the paladin way.
But carrying her around, you're just like
Disney movies are
swinging her
creepy,
around
man.
like a freaking quarterstaff, but like giving her a kiss is super inappropriate.
Yeah. It's all about context and in the moment.
It's still better than don't put her on the floor, don't kiss her. I mean, these are generic things that we should all follow at all times. Don't put her back on the table you found her unconscious on. That's just rude. I think the right thing to do for now is give her back to her parents, unless her parents had decided they wanted to ship her wherever. Well, they were
They
taking
had
care
enough
of it,
of
right?
it.
No, I
We're
mean,
sending her to boarding school. Is that how they rolled back then?
we have no idea.
Yep, we board them up in these coffins and we send them out.
Boarding school. We bring them back after their timeout is finished.
Oh, hey-oh.
I mean, maybe there's some clues to like what word like we need to use to break the spell in his house.
Possibly.
Or it's in his notes here.
Or yeah, so
I
unless
thought
there's
we
more
looked through
notes
the
here.
There wasn't anything about it in his notes?
No, I don't think anyone's made an Arcana check on his notes for this particular spell.
Oh.
Do it. Do
I
it.
mean, I could do it.
You're the Arcana princess over there.
She's your resident code expert.
I'm like, these are some notes. There are lots of them. They are specific.
Didn't know there was more notes.
Magic notes within the notes. I mean, like, come on.
Okay.
Magical notes.
Nope. This is way more fun. Okay. So you find where the command, you're going through the notes for the spell, and you can pick out the section of the code that handles termination, that quits it out. It is encoded so that specifically only another person that is listed in here as a random variable type can know that particular command word. So the command word is definitely not in the actual casting. It's in a companion spell that is written to match it.
Okay.
Which this guy does not have access to. At least not that you found yet.
And okay.
5 times. Okay.
Well.
And every time that she
Well, we know who might.
involved in food, or has
Mr.
she not been
Fletcherson.
anything else? Always food. And is it always undigested food?
So it's going to confront him back on the table as part of your plan?
Does she eat really fast?
I don't know, man. He's got a lot of mercenaries in his pocket. If we're going to go confront him, we need to talk to the other leader of the towns. Because if we could convince him, you know what? There's some shady stuff going on.
Okay.
Since he's cross-referencing the letters anyway, we can bring him some more information on it.
Well, yeah, we did say we were gonna go meet up with him after we found out
Oh,
You know,
like the horizontal
who was
line.
We
behind.
don't have all the answers here.
Okay.
We don't, but we have a good,
Okay.
start.
And you said they're plastic.
Hey,
I'm just saying, if we're going to go confront...
we already know it's the harbor master.
Have
and
some-
We need another head of
we're going to
state.
talk to him, and it's going to be like, hey, it's the harbor master. He goes, I know.
Okay.
So wait, what are you saying? You saying wait, he already knows it's the harbor master?
Well, he's the one that's what he was going to research, and then we just stumbled upon it over here, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And how is she acting?
Yeah.
Or get crossing the
Well,
stream.
well, I haven't
No,
to
I
be
mean, you're right. That
related.
sounds right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he said it's going to take him a couple days, so maybe we just cut a corner and he can
Did she
spend
go to
his.
the beach with you
So
today?
then he would owe us a favor because we did both of the things.
Did she play
If we beat him to
in
it,
the water at
we'll
all?
be like, hey, since we did both of the things, help us
Okay.
go start some crap with him since you don't like him anyway.
All right. And was it a sandy?
And if he doesn't
Oh.
want to, that's on him because I mean, it's like that's fine if you don't want to help us do that.
Okay.
Hmm.
And is it a saltwater?
I
'Cause he
can
doesn't like
take
him.
it or leave it.
Saltwater. Okay.
Well, what do you want to do?
Water.
Well, obviously, I want to bring the guy to justice, you know, because I don't think there's a chance we're going to find any sort of cure. And I know the guy's going to beg for his life about a cure, and I don't really want to hear it. And then I want to do something with Sleeping Beauty. So I don't know. I have to think about it. But that's where my mind is bouncing around. I don't know
Well, I
about
just
you.
don't
What do you
wanna-
want
I
to do,
just-
Samara? What do you think we should do?
And when was that?
I think we should go check out the dude's house, the Undertaker guy, and then that also gives us a place to stay, I guess, theoretically for the night, maybe. I don't
I
know.
feel like if we're going to do that, we should take her to her dad's house. Because we're carrying her around all over the place. Is one, super heckin' suspicious, and there's a chance that she could get hurt. But for two, like at least her dad should protect her, and she'll be safe
Ooh,
in the
but
house.
like, what is he gonna think when we bring his daughter there and she's like
No,
this weird? Yeah, for a second time in this
just
weird
weekends
state.
and weekend at Bernie's it, okay? We just tie her legs, slump her down.
Well, I
we
won't
just
kiss
gotta
her, but I'm definitely
shimmy
going to
through the
tie up her
place.
unconscious body.
I feel obligated to point out to everyone that's present that Weekend at Bernie's is actually a really kind of bad film about all of that, and probably not appropriate for most audiences under the age of anything reasonable.
And what is she doing right now?
There's a lot of really bad stuff that we laughed at that we probably shouldn't have back in the day.
No,
Just-
but I know, but it's so good.
We should have.
Comfortably, or does she look like she's in an awkward position?
Lantern Noir presents Cares. The more you know.
Oh, not sleeping.
That's
So, Azteki, I know you don't want to put her in the coffin, but we could totally throw her ass in the coffin, close it up, and then we can move her around without, you know, people thinking, why do you have that lady?
But they might be like, why do you have a coffin?
We're just bringing it to the graveyard.
You even know where the graveyard is? Because I don't know where the
Sure,
graveyard is.
sure, it's that way.
You have a map of the city.
Okay.
That's true. I can't even pretend I don't know where the graveyard is because I don't like this plan. You know, we do have.
I like the whole
We
coffin
do have a
idea
boat.
for a minute.
You
And
do.
we could traverse under the sewers.
Yeah, I mean,
And we came up in a sewer, you know, in Hightown from connected sewers. Perhaps we could just break into his house and drop her off on her bed.
All right. So let's see.
I have not heard worse plans.
I don't think I asked you. Has she had any diarrhea?
Look, you don't want my answer for what we can do with her, okay? I say give her to her dad because I don't want to deal with her or be tempted.
She did try to kill you a couple times.
yeah, but then, I mean, we're gonna say, oh, by the way, we found your daughter while we were fighting, you know, this Undertaker dude down
We found
in the
your
sewers.
daughter with more undead, with a spell cast on her that kept her from waking up.
I like the
It's
idea of
literally what
bringing her with
happened.
us to see if we can find the thing to undo the spell. Because then she's there, and we don't have to go back, and we don't have to worry the guy.
Maybe we can put her in like pay for an extended stay at Sophie's Girls with the 20 gold we got to keep her safe and undisturbed.
I mean, that's a good idea
Because that
Yeah.
way, okay, now she's in an undisclosed area from other people, in a place we know she'll be safe.
And unconscious women hang out there all the time.
Exactly.
Um,
No, but I like that plan. I think that's a good idea because that way we know that
seen the blind.
that she's
Um,
yeah,
and
in a
he said he
safe
was playing with
location.
some
Otherwise,
but
we don't know what's gonna happen to her.
he didn't
We can
Somewhere.
leave Steve with her. He hasn't been hanging
Sure.
out much.
No, that's
If
the
we're
truth.
leaving her at
Because-
Sophie's, you can leave Dagan there with her.
No.
Yeah, I'm just here to take good care. Don't worry, guys.
Is Dagon really the best bodyguard in that circumstance? It seems like he'd be focused on other things.
That's
Yeah,
a little
totally.
distracting for Dagan.
Just
Yeah,
throwing
we
that
could
thought
just,
out.
we could prop her up in like a chair or something.
Okay. Okay.
Or just, lay her on a bed and she's fine and that's it.
Well, no, because Dagan needs the bed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you won't stay there. You'll just come with us.
Prop her up in the closet or something.
Oh my god. Yeah, I agree. I don't think 20 gold will last long with
Dagon hanging out there.
Yeah,
All right,
you
so
guys come
you-
back to check on us, and like they hand you the bill, and they're like, "Listen, you guys owe us another like 600 gold."
See, the job pays $100, and y'all drank $300 worth of beer. Okay, so the plan is to take her up to Sophie's Girls, get her, pay them to kind of keep her on the DL comfortably, and then you will continue your investigations.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes, I like it.
Okay. How are you transporting her to the nearest bordello?
She had a little too much to drink. We want to go with that.
Just gonna carry her?
She's
Okay.
a little tipsy.
That's not
We got any
terribly
alcohol?
unreasonable. It's a little early in the day for people to be doing that, but
She's from Hightown. She's young. I mean,
you could, if you got a sideways glance more than once, one of you could easily throw off the comment of she had a rough night last night.
That's what I was gonna say. She's recovering from last night.
Oh, so not
I
the
will
walk of
take,
shame. This is the carrying of shame.
And I'll take some of those empty wine bottles too, and I'll just carry them
Ooh,
with
yeah,
me.
there you go.
So I'm like, I'll just be like, like singing stupid bar
That's-
songs.
Clever.
Ooh, plays really, really well. Who exactly is in charge? I'm assuming it's Asteki, but I need confirmation.
Yeah, no, I'll carry her.
Okay. You make your way up and out. Are we checking in with the foreman at the wood shop, or are we going to get out of here before he notices you coming and going? Yeah.
Well,
I
we
like
should
the
ask
idea of
Somebody,
vacating.
if they know where that guy lives, like where he comes from every day.
I don't even know he's there. He said nobody uses this thing.
Yeah, it's
Right, there was
closed.
nothing in there. It's so weird. Bye.
Yeah, it's totally nothing weird's going on.
Nothing to see there.
It's totally
Totally
not
fine.
like bodies have been dragged up and down out of your little cellar for God knows how long.
And definitely don't go down there.
Yep,
Right.
no,
There's
nothing.
not
you.
a whole bunch of
Nothing
zombie
to see down
corpses
there. Just stinky
And a
sewers.
burnt
That's
up-
all.
Yeah, the stinky source.
You make your way up and out onto the thoroughfare, get a distance far enough down so that you can walk more casually. As you go, there's a moment where you start to spot more and more ravens perched on various corners of houses, at windowsills, on the top of store signs. And at
He
one
was
moment,
multiplying.
they're all watching as you pass. And literally, like, they turn their head to track as you go by. Until at one point, Asteki notices that there are so many ravens that they become a black wall around him. And then start to pop back out again. So that it's just Asteki walking alone on the street. In that moment, a woman sidles up to your side. She's dressed in a black leather long coat with a black hat pulled down low over her eyes, and long white hair flows out from underneath it. Her face is still incredibly youthful, but has a sharp nose and sharp features. Her collar is pulled up tight on either side of her cheeks. You have a plan? She asks.
Yes.
path of Ravenkind is a challenging one to walk, isn't it?
But and
Got to be careful not to stub your toe.
otherwise you should be able to monitor her and then
You've considered what happens to this town if Finnegan takes charge, haven't you?
within the next couple days. 'Cause
Thinking about it now.
why she's eating
Rule under one man,
passing any.
a man who doesn't care for those he rules except for the power.
Doesn't seem fair at all.
The alternative. The people's man. The man who's committed murder multiple times
You're not able to get the
in the
get it.
fanciful hope that his daughter will be saved from the damnation that's been inflicted upon her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can clean it, but I don't think that would probably be the big issue.
Well, what do you recommend?
Any bacteria
She stops
on the edge of the,
and turns and looks you square in the eye. You,
but
Asteki,
would be a good
are a paladin of Ravenkind. You decide what we are. I would have you do what your heart tells you is right as a champion of life, as a champion of the passage to death when death comes for us. You swore an oath, and your actions determine what it means to be a paladin of our order. You lay the path for everyone to take the oath behind you.
Was she able to keep the
And
water
I
okay?
trust your judgment.
Yes, sir.
Oh, she did.
And then she explodes in a murder of crows that fly off in every direction. And you look about 20 feet up the road to see that the party has walked on without you, and they all turn to see why you've stopped.
Or just a normal amount?
You take a few steps to get back in stride. And as the camera pans up into the fog and mist and the clouds above, to be continued scrolls across the screen.
I guess yeah, if she's not able
Nice.
to water down a
The
normal
pressure's brought to bear.
water pretty quickly.
Yeah, so
Ravenkind.
so are you
Burn the
you are
town.
like the first of Ravenkind order, and like you set the parameters for this cult thing, right? I mean, am I understanding this correctly?
So we are kind of a gang. The Raven gang.
The DM is going to posit an order is only what its people do.
Can't keep her water down. It would be a good idea to take her into the ER because
And they're not going to tell him what to do here because
high risk for becoming really dehydrated.
this is a choice.
That's a big red flag. So that would probably be the best course of action for you.
And they all involve smiting someone who's bad.
I hate having to
Can't go wrong.
do this favorite thing to say to
Nope.
people.
Sounds like a fun cult.
It's the best option. Yeah.
Yep. And
Do you need help locating
yes, in Sonic, yeah, you can change rerolls. We really weren't rolling a lot of dice there at the end. So I gave you the points back. But next time you're here, if someone rolls something and you don't like the outcome, yeah, tell them to change it. And Eric also is itching for a chance to make you reroll successes.
ER for sure?
I'm all for that.
He's down with that, be that good or bad. I'm not sure.
And I don't know if Sonic knows because
mean-
you sort of changed how the rerolls work, whereas
Yeah.
before we would bank them.
Yes.
Now we don't bank them so much anymore.
Yes. The Book of Fate is a little bit different for the different games to kind of help balance. It was getting a little silly with the number of banked dice we had. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not actually going to purge it right now because I actually want to keep my session logs, so I can play around with my overlays tomorrow because I want to do more with it. But I'm going to go ahead and update your stored with what you have stored so you know what you're starting off next week with. So you had 200 you hadn't yet spent, so we'll move those into the stored box. And there you go. You're ready for next week. So, what was everybody's favorite moment tonight?
All the ghetto blasting that Samara did in that little dungeon.
100%.
I like the fact that I picked up the girl, even though it didn't make any tactical sense. It's
I'm
like-
protecting this person.
It's like the worst thing I could have done in that situation, but it,
I mean,
you
that's
know,
what I
just
liked.
bum
I liked
rushing
you-
the
I liked you
Undertaker
making
dude
that
just
decision.
didn't feel right. I don't know.
It's okay.
man.
That's what I'm here for. I'll back you up. You make your decisions. We're here to help you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that you were just walking around the whole fight, like with her over your shoulder, like, like going through the whole fight with her.
Yeah.
It worked.
Take care of her.
It absolutely works. So not bad. They could have.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll follow up with you in a couple
You know, that's true that the zombies could have gone through and gone after her. They
True.
weren't going to, but I mean, she's precious cargo.
Did the merch.
Yeah,
That's
don't
what
break
the
the
merch.
merch. Well, cool. I think we're at 11 o'clock too, so we're pretty much at the end of our typical session for us. Kind of a round table. Nebula, what have you got coming up this week that we should be watching out for?
I don't know. I haven't really planned much this week. But
Are you still working through Valhalla, or is that completed?
Oh, yeah. That's still a thing.
Outriders comes out on the 1st.
Oh, and apparently Outriders comes out on the 1st, so I may be dabbling in that. So, I mean, yeah, I never know honestly what I'll be playing from day to day. So, from South by it'll be something different.
Cool. And
Usually.
so you're up tomorrow, aren't you? Is that your schedule for Mondays?
Yeah, I mean, usually my schedule is usually Monday through Friday during the week. Yeah, Knebula and at twitch.tv /Knebula Gaming. And
There it is in chat. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's in the chat. It's not going to show up on the chat bot because okay, cool. Yeah, I can relate to that. And Spinny, have you got something fun coming up this week? Are you still working on your streams?
I'm getting, well, I should get an Xbox tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it.
Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally play some Sea of Thieves, but like I've been excited to, play other games with you other than just like, we can only play like these 3 cross-console games. So if you guys want to play games, let me know. I bought like $200 in Xbox Store money so I can spend stuff. So you guys let me know what you guys want to play.
It'll be gone by Tuesday.
It'll be gone. Well, I mean, that's 3 games, right? I promised my roommate I would get him Resident Evil 8. So that's one thing.
That's the thing. All right, cool. And any parting words from Asteki and Adam before we send ourselves out of here?
Had a great time. Hope everybody enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, again, I want to thank everyone that participated tonight, either with channel points or with cheers. It's just great. I mean, I love playing D&D. I love playing D&D with my friends. I love friends I've made through D&D. We joked last week about getting together at Gen Con next time they have one, which will be great. And it's only through this that I've had a chance to meet Knebula and Asteki and even talk about that. So it's a lot of fun to have everybody out here and having a great time. And I'm going to send everybody from here. We're going to go on and check out a streamer who streams under the name The Reluctant Hermit. He is incredibly awesome. He gives great shows. He's a great streamer. He's a friend of friends as well. So I cannot say enough nice things about him. I'll be along shortly. So if when you get there, tell him I'm coming to say hi as soon as we wrap up everything here. But we're going to go check him out from here. I think that's all I have. I'll be back. We are on track. We haven't done a Monday Night Mystery in a couple of weeks because we've had some illnesses. My wife wasn't feeling well last week, and the week before we had some scheduling conflicts, but we're supposed to be back tomorrow night with a Sherlock Holmes mystery. And then Wednesday night, we are back for the Candlekeep Mysteries with another group I'm playing with. And they are just an amazing group of people. It's a lot of fun. So if you had a fun time watching us tonight, come on back on Wednesday. We'll do this all again with a different gaggle and a totally different story. And then we're back here Sunday night where we get to find out exactly how much of a mess they're going to leave the town of Storm's End in. Because
we're going to need Mr. Clean.
That's what they do. So everybody, please continue to stay safe. Play all the games. Wear a mask if you're out doing those games in person. If you're doing them virtually, feel free to hit me up with questions sometime on the Discord if you want to know how to do it effectively. And we will see you all next time.